La 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 la.
Hello. No. How's this? Is this okay if I talk like this? Okay. Are you putting a Pokemon on stage with me? Snorlax. Did you get your slip? Boat and slip. You got him yet? Where is he? I love it. Great. We went to this big corporate event for our company, and this guy was playing Pokemon Go the whole time.
Has anyone mentioned that the lights on this stage are bright? Is there anything someone can do about this? Sadly, no. Yeah, if I could, I'll look into it. I got the new LEDs. Yeah. Except now I don't strictly need them because now I don't have the AC to worry about. That was that was part of why I was trying to get the LEDs because I couldn't run those three lights and the AC at the same time. Yeah. Pulling too much juice. Yeah. It's Eric Barger. Wait, no.
Yes.
What's up, what's up?
I was getting anxious when the prompts weren't coming. So I actually checked with him that morning, like, hey, did I put the? I don't have a paper trail on this. So we just verbally confirmed. Yeah. I took a half day at work to have time to work on it yesterday for nothing because it came at 6:07 p.m.
Oh, that's what I thought. I was like,
Got spoiled.
Because Dana's on next week's show, but next week is Fight Club. That's at 9. This is at 8. It might be problematic, so we're seeing if maybe Dana can pre-record her stuff next week. It is. It's technically a thing. Well, I mean,
At least 5 minutes.
yeah, I got a couple. But I am gonna do. Yeah, everybody's out there doing their business. Hey, everybody. Everybody online. They're not outside doing their dirty business. They're inhaling their tobaccos or their grown-up tobacco. No, tobacco's already grown up. That's slacker tobacco.
Slacky tobacco.
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, hey, Eric.
Hi.
Hi. Just seeing how you sound over here. That's.
Are we on the screen?
You are. Okay. Let's give it a little bit more Eric.
On Twitch. I can turn the gain up on my microphone too if that.
Ah. Hi.
Whoa.
Oh, let's make sure everybody's in. Oh, you are not very well framed. Can we what, Marco? Can we what?
Can we get you a monitor?
Hello.
Because I have a bunch of them at work.
Yeah.
Like one that's a littler one, and that you could put in a chair. That like has a head, like a body.
Yeah.
Is this weird? Because he's like way up there.
Well, yeah.
That's weird.
He's mostly not for us.
I know.
Mostly for the audience, and then we get to hear him. He's like, he's a ghost.
That's not what ghosts do.
They're
They're not mostly for the audience.
I don't know. Are they not?
I don't know shit about ghosts.
Ghost facts. Ghost
I have to
facts.
change my chair.
That's like the PBS show that they do about ghost hunting.
Yes.
Because I find ghost shows morally reprehensible. Like it upsets me more than almost anything for some reason.
Huh.
Like because ghost shows are lying to people, and
Oh.
then people are like, "Yeah, ghosts are real. They're seeing them." Like, no, they're not. Like, but they get to just present it like, "Oh, see that light in the corner? That was a ghost."
So, cards on the table here. My boss may be watching, and she recently took me on a ghost tour of Vacaville. And I'm 100% a skeptic. But my goal for that day was to not yuck anybody's yum.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be the person who was invited to do this cool thing and
Right,
just be
right,
like, yeah. I had a lot of fun. I met a ghost prostitute.
Oh, nice.
She died from syphilis.
Oh, that's not
As they
fun.
do.
Hmm We had like the little, like the rods. I forget what they're
cool.
called, but
Oh, cool.
and like the
okay.
little like light up thingies.
Oh no, I would totally do it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just in the
I had a blast.
presentation of the shows, I'm always like, this is fake because of the way they present it.
Sure.
I went on like the tour where they go to the cemetery over here, and that was super fun. And so it's like I can get into it. I can be like, this is neat, but for whatever reason, the way that those shows present, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this upsets me.
Well, is it
All
more?
sensationalized, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the. Oh my God, guys! Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you mean like the ghost huntery ones, not the ones where they're like supposedly talking to their families and all those sorts of things.
like if it's just people like being like, oh, supposedly this place is haunted by a ghost, and we're just looking around and doing fun stuff. That's a little more fun. Yeah, no, it's ghost hunters specific.
Okay. Because I could see being a little bit more upset by like the people that are in a studio and it's just, I'm getting a J name. Does anybody know?
Well, that's not good. No.
Yeah, that's worse because those are literal
cold
grifters. I'm sensing somebody that passed away from it was something involving here. It was
Is the name Carol? Carl?
Carrie, that's what I was hearing was a Carrie. Yes, and they had esophageal cancer. Whoa, that was really specific. Yeah, just come out swinging on those. I am looking for someone that knew a Beatrice that was hit by a cement truck in 1964. Oh my God!
That's me. I'm still alive.
Oh, Beatrice, there you are.
That would make it more like people would believe you more.
Yeah.
Because if you came out the gate swinging, you're just like,
yeah.
That's what I heard. Do you know her? Oh, no one in the room knows her. Well, I guess she didn't have any friends. Moving on.
Wow. Okay. She's trying to reach out here.
Look, ghosts talk to me. There's like 80 people in this room. What do you want from me?
Yeah. There's billions of ghosts. Yeah. You know all the people that have ever been alive?
They're
fucking ghosts now.
Bunch of people talking to me different.
They can't move around too easy. They're all just like...
Ghosts have like a half-mile-an-hour speed. They're putting along forever. All right, Marco, I do have to remind you, you got to be all up in here.
Do I got
there
it?
you go.
Oh, God. Why don't I get a stand?
You can.
I'm not.
Jaclyn semi-requested a stand because they may or may not have act-outs.
I can't remember. Last time I did.
Oh.
So do you
Is
have
there
anything?
an extra to just
do you have
so
anything
there's
that
no
requires
favoritism?
hands?
To have a stand? No.
Oh.
Okay, well then how
wait,
about
you have something that requires the stand? Oh.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. She may or may not
I
have
mean,
something
I forgot.
that involves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because in the moment, I might want
that's
to. I might want to. Yeah.
But otherwise,
I talk with my hands.
I do. So I mean, some of my characters do, and then I'm just like waving
Otherwise-
around my phone.
yeah, she would have been a schmo having to handhold like you as well.
I know, it just seems inappropriate for your podcast or whatever that you would.
Nobody would have known. Nobody would have
there's
known when
there's
this
a
is
recorder.
released
They
sometime
know.
in early 2025.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nobody-
I checked like a website. I checked online. I was like, are we doing
I'm-
anything? Because there's nothing up.
It exists on YouTube.
Does it?
It's on there.
Okay.
It's all archived there. That's where I pull them down to eventually edit them.
Hey, do Twitches go away?
They do.
Okay, I
They
didn't know
do.
that till today because
Yeah.
I looked.
Yeah. I was
And I
looking
was
too.
like, oh, they disappeared.
Just like a month or something.
That makes
right?
sense though, because otherwise you're just storing so much data.
Yeah, that's why we're still on YouTube because that's where it's archived.
That's
Twitch, it's up there for a couple weeks and then it's gone.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
though. Like you're not gonna revisit some guy who played Mario 2 7 years later.
Well,
I checked the archive to make sure I wasn't wearing the same thing as last time.
nice. That's what I do on Wednesdays. I make sure. Oh, which shirt is it? Which week is which shirt?
I try to. wear
Yeah.
the same thing.
I'm terrified someone will look at me and say, I don't think she has that many clothes.
Oh, that one again. Oh well.
That's the most cutting remark.
I don't think she has that many clothes.
She walks around like she does, but she doesn't.
It's like you open your closet and there's just the one set.
She
And then
presents.
you think
She presents big clothes energy, but clearly,
if you had one set of clothes and you wore it really
Well, is that better or worse?
well,
Yes. Me.
I know that struck close to home, Emma.
Oh no!
Is this about me?
You walked in on you being shit talked on.
Emma just wakes up and is like, "Hello, jeans."
It's pants time.
It's always pants time.
Sadly, well, yeah. It's
I bought mine.
getting
I bought
cooler.
these. These are new.
Jesse, can you hear me? I'm
I
dropping
can.
great jokes.
I can, Eric.
Oh, Eric told good jokes.
Were
I wanna
you
hear
were you
them.
muted before because we did not hear you before?
You said pastime, and I said America's pastime, baseball.
Sure. Except I said pants time, Eric. Come on, keep up with it. Pants time. Actually, make sure you can hear us properly. And then we'll get you started.
Time for you to. I knew he wasn't wearing pants underneath that little
Yes.
podium.
Can I share that my boss, who I was just talking about, texted me to let me know she is tuning in while also on a ghost walk.
Oh wow, your boss is really into
Wow.
ghosts.
Yeah.
What job do you have?
Never not
HR.
ghosting.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean,
I feel like you could have an excuse to be like, "Why did you do that?" Be like, "Go."
God dang it.
Fine.
oh, they used the ghost defense again. I shouldn't let that be a thing. All right. Well, boo, and enjoy your ghosting.
Boo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Boo.
I get it.
Just a little shout out.
I thought you were doing just a.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
Hey guys.
like a-
Like,
Boo.
we can say that. It's not.
I thought you were
Don't like it
cosmically
when you say
referring
it.
to something as your boo.
Oh no,
like
I
the Lord above.
I was
like, "Don't do
also
that. That's weird."
expressing my feelings about this show. Boo. Boo.
Boo. This one's gonna suck.
Everybody buckle up. This one's got its suck pants on. With the built-in knee pads. All right.
Oh no.
Pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt that was where
I
I was going to have
places
to.
to be. Hurry up.
All right. Let's
Get
actually.
up front.
Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. I just realized I didn't open the thing that usually takes forever to open. Let's see if my computer is going to be nice to me. Oh, I should have been. That's what happens. I banter with you guys. I want to feel like I belong. And then I forgot to open the sound effects. Come on.
What kind of
Come
computer
on.
you got, Jesse?
Do you want me to do them for
Is it
you?
a good one?
It
I'm an IT guy.
well, I mean, it should be good. It's only like 3 years old, but it works for
can
shit.
I can do the stab theme.
Oh, do it.
Yeah. I want
In
it
a
to-
world where people are writing stuff the way that it was meant to be, three comedians
Yeah.
are gonna write some stuff in a short amount of time, probably for the last time,
Oh, yeah.
in a show called Stab.
All right. I'm counting that because this is an opening. So this is Stab. Welcome to the semifinals of Stab's 10th anniversary tournament. Only 4 more shows before I give somebody like $40 or something. I'm still not sure about that. I don't know. That does sound like about half of the proceeds of the 3 months worth of shows, though. So let's meet tonight's panelists. We'll put the music in later. Our first panelist. Our first panelist is not at liberty to discuss the details of his pending case, but just know it's rad as hell. He's one half a Wrapped Around a Horse. It's Eric Barger. Oh, there it is. Our second panelist binge watches entire seasons. Don't spoil fall 2023. He's been waiting all year for it. He's director of Squad Patrol. It's Marco Cabodi. Oh. And our third panelist has never met a button that she is sure she isn't cuter than. She's a Stab show favorite. It's Jaclyn Weiand. And I'm your host, Jesse Jones, part-time good guy, full-time meh guy. Welcome to the Stab Show. Now into the real heat of the meat of the Stab 10-year anniversary tournament. It smells like steak, but tastes like chicken. Now let's meet tonight's panel. Hey, Eric.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh my gosh, Jesse.
Yeah.
You know I'm pissed at you.
Oh, shit. What did I do now?
Well, you know what I like to do
Yeah.
on Stab.
Okay.
And you know that I need some damn prep time. And
Yeah.
yesterday, you sent the prompts at 7 p.m.
That's not true.
It's 6:07, I think.
Oh, well, okay.
right before the Big Brother double eviction,
Oh.
the most exciting episode of the season.
I didn't
And-
realize.
And also on a day where I had been up since 6 a.m.
Oh.
So I was up last night trying to write my stuff, and
Yeah.
I was damn tired. And then today I didn't have my proper amount of time to do my prep. So I came on the Zoom and I was just like, I'm crafting!
Yeah. Just to make sure everybody fully understands what Eric means by prep, it's he didn't have as much time as he needed to make his popsicle stick puppets.
Oh.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
It's a
the
staple. It's a
those
staple.
popsicle stick puppets, they're, I gotta be honest with you, they're a little lacking tonight. And I'm, you know what, I apologize in advance. I know that people come to me expecting really good
Yeah.
popsicle stick puppetry, and I'm just really scared that I'm gonna let people down.
Well, you can fully lay all of the blame on me, obviously. Yeah. You know what? I didn't need you to agree with that. You could have rushed to my defense, but
No, you turn those in late. He's right.
They were on the later side. I will give you that. Hold on. I'm gonna make sure Eric's framed properly. We want that pretty face
It
in
looks
there.
like you're gonna shoot him.
Can I just share that that weeks ago I requested a half day yesterday at work using my vacation time so that I had all day to prepare.
You're a horrible monster.
God damn it. I was having a
Yeah.
hard time.
I
And-
feel like
7,
you think
yeah.
everybody writes these an hour before. But you know what? Some of us actually care.
I'm sorry, I'm still phoning it in 10 and a half years in. I apologize.
Some of us love your show.
Sorry. Sorry. I'll try and regain the same love others have for this. Yeah, I was just
It's like you're in a band and you hate playing the hits.
You know what? All of this is actually rejuvenating. This is relighting the pilot light in the ghost house of my heart.
Well,
All right. Well, Eric, I apologize. How about I turn it back around on you though? Where's fucking Raptor on a horse, Eric?
Yeah.
hey, we've written a script. You know what? I would say writing freaking 5 paragraphs is a lot easier than making an entire stop motion series.
Sure. Try doing it every week for 10 and a half years. You know what? I don't need to be defensive right now. I'm happy.
Challenge accepted.
I'm happy to have you here. We're all looking forward to Raptor on a horse, so hopefully we get that as soon as you're able. How about that? How about
Thank you.
that?
Well, right now, if you want to catch something I'm working on,
Oh.
you can catch the hit series while she was sleeping
Oh, yeah, that's
on my Instagram and on my YouTube at It Electric.
Thank you for the plug, Eric. Good to
welcome.
have you. Yeah. Sorry, I was late. Marco, hi there.
Hey Jesse,
Hi.
you were late.
I know. That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
It's okay.
It isn't.
I did no, it wasn't okay.
Should hold myself to a higher standard. I understand. I realize. I recognize. How are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Other than this took all day because you were late. It was,
I still thought getting it by 6, that's like after work for most people. You got an evening, but apparently you need the Big Brother double elimination as well.
Yeah, I'm really into Big Brother. You
I
know
know,
this.
I know.
You know I watch
know. So
television. I haven't
much.
watched a TV show since like 2005. I don't know what's going on.
No. How are things?
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's patrolling all the squads?
Oh, it was really fun. We did
Yeah.
a really good show that like nobody saw. like 18 people. So there wasn't very many people at the last show.
Yeah.
But the show was great.
Sure.
And the one before that was great.
Yeah.
And I got a turtle, and I dug a pond. That's what I did recently.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
sucked.
Well, yeah.
Digging sucks.
Yeah. Well,
Just in case anybody was under the impression it did not suck.
well,
The noise you make at people who dig. There's a guy outside. You're like, no,
Oh, man.
no, he
Oh,
has
sorry
to dig
about
a
that.
hole. This is hard.
well, that implies that you didn't half-ass this pond. You didn't just.
It's 3 feet deep.
Okay.
Because a turtle apparently needs 3 feet. I found a turtle
Yes.
in the middle of Fair Oaks Boulevard.
That's
on
not where
4
turtles
lanes
go.
of traffic.
That's not where turtles go.
And me and Adrian were driving, and she was like, "Don't run over that rock that's moving." And then I pulled over, and there was a turtle in the road, in 4 lanes in the middle. And I ran over there and picked it up, and I dropped it because I've never touched a turtle. And then I, like,
Ew.
yeah, and I was like, is it gonna get me? And then I was like, no. And then I kicked it, and Adrian's like, what the hell? Don't kick turtles. I'm like, and I picked it back up because they can't get you. And then I was like, let's release it into the ocean, or not the lake or the river. And then they were like, you don't get to do that. It's an invasive species. And
So you had to kill it?
So that's what actually they'll do if you turn it in. So I kept him. And I built him a pond. He's gonna live in my yard now.
For the next 150 years.
He's a little turtle.
Well-
Unless they're like goldfish, they get bigger based on how big the area is. I don't know.
Yeah. No. It's still got the lifespan, as far as I understand, which I do not. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna outlive you and your children.
Yeah, probably. Also, turtles suck. They're not good pets because they're not fun. Like even a snake, you can hold it, and it's like you're like, yay, a snake is on my arms. But a turtle's just like, fuck you, I hate you. I am gonna snap your fingers off. Put me down, and then so you just can look at it.
All right. So you're boarding an ingrate fucking animal.
Yeah.
That you could have just left him out there, and he could have been a speed bump in
Yeah.
literal minutes.
Yeah, but
Wow.
that's because I'm not.
You need to go out there like every day and just say that right in his face.
No, but you know what? When I meet the Dalai Lama, he'll hug me.
Okay. You know
What's
what?
he gonna do to you? He's gonna be like, "You put that script out late."
Yeah. Could you not have gotten that out sooner?
Anyway,
26 hours is not enough.
Can you find something out for me? Do they like being toothbrushed? Because there's that video where the turtle's getting a toothbrush and it's like wiggling around, and like half the comments are like, "That's great, he loves it." The other half is, "This is so cruel. He's doing that because it hurts."
oh no! Now I have to toothbrush my turtle.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta
I didn't
let
know
me know.
this.
You know what? When I started this show 10 and a half years ago, I was not prepared for the day when I was going to hear the sentence, "Oh no, now I have to toothbrush my turtle."
I didn't know this was a thing though. That's really.
But here we
neat.
are.
I have to do it. Did they put stuff on it?
I don't know.
Turtle wax, clearly.
Either way.
Crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Well,
Made for turtles from turtles.
That's the word.
all right.
That's like a good thing.
Yeah.
Turtle.
It's the circle of turtle. Yeah.
Turkle jerk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
I'll let you know how it goes because if
Please.
I put him in the pond, he dies or something. I dug a big hole for nothing.
Well, now you can. Yeah. You can now bury that
Well,
turtle.
now I got a dumpster. I don't have dirt to bury him even if I wanted to. He's just going to be at the bottom. And the pond's not going away.
Oh, well, you've got a water feature. All right. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, Jaclyn.
Hi, hello.
Hi there.
Hey.
How are you? I'm sorry I cost you a half day.
Nah, I was fine.
Yeah.
I came back to work because I'm like, hey guys, actually I don't. I'll just clock out when I get it, and then at 2 p.m. I'm like, you know what? Goodbye.
Yeah. All right.
And then I just scrolled TikTok for 4 hours.
Oh, now I'm even sorrier. What have you been up to since, what was it, like a couple months ago when you...
Oh, all kinds of things. Sunday we're gonna ride roller coasters.
Oh, shit. Where are you guys going?
6 Flags,
Nice.
Cool.
Marine World.
Yeah? Is it...
Nope.
Is it Six Flags?
Nope,
That's
it's
probably-
always Marine World to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always Marine World, Africa, USA.
Yeah. Hi, we're all from Sacramento. Yeah, well, awesome. Does Great America still exist? Is that over there?
I don't know, where is that?
It's
Yes,
wasn't that
San Jose?
Vallejo or
Yeah, no, it's near
Or
it's in or near San
back
Jose.
or whatever? It's on the way. It was the I don't know. I wasn't sure if that was the same. Like
No.
they combined that.
It has Top Gun.
Yeah.
You know what we did the other day is we got really
What?
stoned and watched POV roller coaster videos to prepare ourselves.
Sure.
And Corey, he's such an empath. He was getting really spooked.
Yeah. Yeah. You
And
guys,
after one, he said, like, that wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be.
oh, well, good. You guys really get into the turns? You're
Yeah.
eating a bunch?
Really, ooh, my tummy.
Ooh. Well, all right. So this weekend?
Sunday.
All right. Nice. Good on you.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to be here watching Open Mic.
Aww.
Wow, that's rude.
Yeah. No, it's not rude. It's accurate.
I was talking about roller coasters.
Maybe Emma will be.
I was going to get some Dippin' Dots.
Awesome. Oh. It's the ice cream of the present, I believe.
I love it's the ice cream of the future, but it makes me feel so nostalgic.
Yeah. Remember when this was the future?
The ice cream of the future of the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, awesome. You wisely don't do much of the comedies anymore.
I'm going to get back
Are
out
you getting
there.
back to it?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Unfortunately.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, oh, wait. This did load while we were dicking around.
It took that long?
Well, it was a while ago. But the dicking around being introducing you guys. So let's finally get to the program. Sure, we've got a 9 o'clock, but who can say?
Jesse.
Oh, that's muted. Hold on. I did
thought you
that so
said it was
professionally.
working.
See, I muted it so you wouldn't hear it when I was opening. It doesn't matter. All right. Segment 1, it's reorganization. Police procedurals are extremely popular. I've never gotten into them because really how many times are we going to let butlers terrorize people before we start vacuuming our own vestibules? But aside from it being an apparently important thing in the real world, CSI, or crime scene investigation, has been the backbone of gold standards, of war horses, of American television for what seems like, I don't know, a long time probably. But we here at Stab, oddly, aren't interested in crime scenes, despite what our name might lead you to believe. So how about we forget what CSI might already stand for or represent, and instead give us who or what else CSI might stand for or represent to you? Eric, that's the order that I've got things going. Eric, let's hear your CSI.
All right. Hey there, kids. Do you love the Care Bears? Yeah! Do you love to give them hugs? Yeah! Well, then you're gonna love the Cuddly Shrimp Imps. What? Yeah, we made a stuffed animal that's just like a Care Bear, except it's a big shrimp. Can we give them hugs? Of course you can give them hugs. And you don't have to worry about their skin breaking open like a regular Care Bear, because just like a real shrimp, we've given them a hard plastic exoskeleton. That doesn't sound very cuddly. Maybe it's not cuddly in the traditional sense, but don't worry. The Cuddly Shrimp Imps can give you hugs with their long periopods and pleopods. Do you mean the long, creepy shrimp legs? No, they're not creepy. They're cute. Sir, mine looks like a plastic bag filled with water. Ooh, looks like you got the one modeled after a tiger shrimp, so which is transparent so you can see its entire digestive system. Why is there a tube of brown goop down its stomach? Well, as I said, you can see its entire digestive system, right down to it excreting its waste. But for an additional $15.99, you can buy the Divine Devainer. This looks like a kitchen knife with a heart drawn on it. That's right. Sir, mine smells funny. Well, Care Bears smell too, don't they? Yeah, but mine smells like a dirty beach. Well, that's because we filled every cuddly shrimp imp with 2 pounds of raw, unpeeled shrimp. Isn't that dangerous to leave out? That's right, it is. That's why every cuddly shrimp imp comes with a handbook on the food temperature danger zones. What does that mean? It means you'll need to store your stuffed animal at a temperature above 140 degrees or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent it from developing foodborne pathogens. This is really not fun. Why did you make this? Everybody at Hasbro said I was crazy. Oh, Dan Thunder, they'd say. Nobody wants a hyper-realistic shrimp to cuddle with. Oh, they didn't think I would march into every Chuck E. Cheese in the area, stand up on a soapbox, and preach the magic of cuddly shrimp imps. And they didn't think that I would pay each and every one of you $14 to march to the Hasbro offices and demand that cuddly shrimp imps be brought to shelves today. So what do you say, kids? Yeah! Come on now, let's do the shrimp imp countdown. Tell Hasbro they are wrong.
Thank you, Eric. Oh, to think we're not going to get a Dan Thunder puppet later. Sorry. I've harmed us all. Thank you, Eric. Shrimp Imp Countdown. Marco, what might you have in way of a CSI?
All right, CSI. Hey, pal. What in the loving jibber jabber, or what in the ever loving jibber jabber is your glassy numb nuts eyes looking at, huh, pal? You got some sort of half-hand or soft-handed Dr. Pod doughy face problem, huh? Well, you not like my slick fucking hair, or my leather jacket, or my Maserati, or my Fiat, or my musky swarthy demeanor, huh? You better go fuck your mom's spaghetti recipe. You better go fuck your mom's spaghetti recipe with that notch dick you got there, bringing all this side eye and that stank eye and that bitch eye. You fucking worm. Well, you don't like Italians? You mook-faced Scandinavian fuck? Well, you think you're so good? You're at NCIS, which of course stands for nattering, curmudgeony, irritating Scandinavian. You probably think I'm some sort of CSI, which is a cranky, surly Italian. Well, fuck you, your grandma, his delightful wife, or whatever bitch-ass European car you rode in on. Tell your wife and your lopsided children to eat a whole burlap sack of dicks grown right here in Jersey. Pal. Oh, that was a pal. I was like, I put 2 L's. I was like, I don't know what word that is. Now get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
Why don't you go home? Grab your grandma's spaghetti recipe. Really give it to it. Thank you. Thank you, Marco. Yeah. Oh, so good. Locally sourced.
Locally sourced them dicks.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. We didn't ship these dicks in.
They from somewhere else. They come off the dock.
You could meet the guy whose dick this is. Right. Thank you, Marco. Hey, Jaclyn.
Hey.
You've gotten those 2 different CSIs. One would imagine yours is wildly different. Let's hear your CSI.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it's me, the judge. We gather here today to discuss the matter at hand, which is crime. Defendant, you have been found guilty of the crime of 2 murders. You have murdered twice, and that is unforgivable. You think we're just gonna be like, oh, you murdered 2 people, no big deal? Because it is a big deal, actually. In light of the gravity of your crimes and the harm you've inflicted on your victims, it is the court's duty to ensure that justice is served. I hereby sentence you to attending an improv comedy show.
Oof.
Now, some may feel that that is cruel and unusual.
Yes.
And to that I say, you are right. But did you miss the part where you did murder 2 times? I think the punishment fits the crime all right. Yes, you heard me right. You are being sentenced to court-sanctioned improv. Now quick, someone give me the name of a country you would go on vacation. I heard somebody say Jail Island. Court adjourned.
Yeah. Wouldn't wish it on a 2-time murderer.
Yeah.
It's just. Oh, I heard burlap sack of dicks. All right, we're the wacky yuck yucks. We're gonna give you 25 minutes on burlap sack of dicks. I've been doing this too long. I've seen that show. Thank you, Jaclyn. Thank you, all of you. And it's on to segment 2. It's bulletin board. Do you have the time or money to hire some guy to just stand around telling everybody who walks by them whatever the hell you want them to know? Of course not. In this economy. Well, that's basically what a bulletin board is, though. And you get to stick it with pins. Try doing that to some guy you hire. And so in bulletin board, you're asked to give us 3 things you might find on a bulletin board hung in the break room of the physical manifestation of a specific imaginary place or concept. Today's largely imaginary place or fantastical concept is the 80s. So if there was a totally tubular kitchenette that we could go to in a place called the 80s, tell us what you might find on the break room bulletin board thereof. 333, so 3 times through. 111-222-333. Eric, James, Barger, let's hear your first item on the break room bulletin board of the 80s.
Producing a short film, seeking an experienced artistic director. And then underneath it says, sorry, I thought this was the bulletin board for the ADs.
Nice.
Is it though?
It is not. And I'm bracing myself for the other 2 bulletin board puns to come. You bastard. Marco, your first of 3 80s bulletin board items.
Break dancers wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a radical dude and or dudette who adopts who's adept at popping and locking? Do you carry a 5x8 piece of cardboard just in case a breakdance challenge thrusts its rhythm-ready fingers your way? Help isn't only wanted, it's hopefully spinning on its head right now. Calling all breakdancers. The rec center is about to be bulldozed by greedy corporate tycoons, and the only way to melt their hearts is with a bodacious and mondo gyro floor rock and break and extravaganza. Boomboxes will be provided. Call Turbo or Laser, who will appear if you play the attached cassette. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, so many rec centers.
They're always trying to go after the rec center
Yeah.
for some reason.
That was what the youth of the 80s spent most of their time doing, is defending rec centers. Far and wide.
It's called a rec center.
You know, with all their popping.
They gotta
and
wreck
locking.
it.
That's what you're
Yes.
trying to wreck it.
Yes, Eric. Because they have to build a mall, I believe is usually what it is.
Yeah, probably.
Some form of mall.
Or an interstate.
Or condos. Yeah. Yeah, but where are your malls now, greedy 80s tycoons? They should be rec centers. We're going to reclaim. I don't know.
Your mall is in the internet now.
Yeah. Thank you, Marco. I'm glad Laser or Turbo will appear if I just pop that cassette in. Jaclyn, 80s bulletin board item, what have you?
It's a potluck sign up, but everyone's bringing a different lean cuisine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, hope we have enough microwaves.
Oh no.
Oh. We can do this one at a time?
Don't, because they're the big ones.
Just 5 minutes at a time? What are we doing here? You got to stop in the middle and peel the rest of the film back.
You gotta stab it with a knife.
Eric, second time around. Let's get us started. What's your 80s bulletin board item?
Producing a short film.
Mhm.
Seeking an impressionist who can impersonate Fonzie, realizing that he got bad grades. And underneath it says, sorry, I thought this was the bulletin board for A days.
I saw it. I got where you were going. That was no. That's. I'm trying to be supportive. I went on that walk with Eric. Thank you.
That was really
Eric.
good.
It was. It was good. It was good. Marco, let's let's see what directly in your wheelhouse item we've got for your second 80s bulletin board.
Axeman requested future rock legend. Oh shit! My handwriting got bad.
There it is.
Future rock legends Chrome Lightning are looking for a guitar god to replace their last one, who was a dick. Must have a aqua-netted hair, dangerous sexy eyes, and the ass of a 15-year-old boy to fit into the spandex you'll be rocking. Bandanas and wayfarers preferred. Guitar skills optional. But if you got 'em, pogoing arpeggios and double-tapping harmonic squeals are a hell yes. And the more your guitar is shaped like an explosion, the better. Can you play keyboard? You can fucking die. Unless we wrote a #1 ballad, in which case you are an awesome dude. Or no, you're an awesome dude, #1 hero, cowboy, cool guy. Must like songs about chicks, cowboys, underage girls, the bass player fucked, the future, the children, and how we just don't care. And if it's not, if interested, please contact the singer's controlling bitch of a wife who's paying you minimum wage and gives you none of the writing credit or publishing rights. Don't worry, the cocaine and groupies now are worth the poverty later. Hails and horns, friends of the devil.
Yeah. Oh. Who would have thought the last rock god was a dick? Everybody.
That guy was a dick.
Fucking guy. He outgrew singing songs about underage girls.
That's what they're all about, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Marco. Jaclyn. Sorry, I blacked out. Jaclyn, let's hear your second of 3 80s bulletin board items.
Lost gold necklace with a little vial pendant that holds. Well, don't worry about it, okay?
Yeah. Could hold anything. It's vials are, you know what? It's open to the the nose of the beholder. Thank you, Jack.
That's my cocaine necklace. It's a cocaine necklace you got there. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
Why wouldn't it be?
It was out in the open. Why wouldn't you put it in your shoe or something?
This is the 80s, man.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Come on. Flowed like wine. Like cocaine wine. Eric,
Sand.
get us out of these goddamn bulletin boards with your third of 3 from something.
All right. Producing a short film. Seeking an experienced calligrapher who can write out how a dolphin would say a word with just over 7 syllables. And underneath it says, sorry, I thought this was the bulletin board for dolphins.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Easy mistake. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Of course.
Already back around, Marco. Let's get your last bulletin board item from a magical place called the 80s.
Awesome, cool guy needed. Are you like a cop or an ex-cop or an ex-military black bag type guy who can't turn it off? Well, I have got the opportunity for you. A whole gaggle of kung fu ninja type dudes with the stars and the swords and the nunchucks just helicopter jumped onto the roof of the White House. And I need a really cool dude, muscle guy with quippy one-liners and to knife them into walls and say cool things. Are you that guy? Please contact the chief of police who thinks you're a loose cannon and took you off the case of who killed your wife.
Yeah. Yeah. And that last 3.5 lines was not good enough to make it into the actual final product.
No.
I can see the scribble scrabbles.
Yes, that's true. I went on too long about like how
You went on too long.
the
Stop
chief-
it.
It was a thing. I can't. I'll stop.
You can never go
What
on
a
too long.
dramatic scene, and then I was like, "This isn't important."
No, keep going. You can never go on too long about taking you off the case.
Yeah, and then the guy turned.
Oh.
He's like, "We got a call." I wrote out the whole
shit.
thing, and I'm like, "No, don't." The show will go on too long already.
That's all right. What does it matter anymore?
We're on segment 2. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, we're. Jaclyn. Yeah, let's put a bullet in segment 2.
Kill it.
So that we can get on to the other 60% of the show. Let's hear your third of 3 80s bulletin board items.
Hey everybody, it's me, your coworker, John Hinckley Jr. I'm putting a band together, and I'm looking for someone who either plays the guitar or wants to murder the president.
It's me. He's so happy. Come here, Red Gang. He's like looking down the side.
The Venn
Gonna
diagram.
get you.
The Venn diagram of guitar players and guys that want to kill the president is almost
The
just
circle.
a complete circle. Yeah. Moving on to segment 3, it's campaign trail. Did you know that you and me and the dumb guy with all the terrible opinions are all in charge of picking the people to do the jobs of spending our taxes? It's true! And the only way these people, that for some reason want this job, can tell us about how qualified they are is by going around speeching about themselves. It's totally weird. And in Campaign Trail, our panelists are asked to give us their stump speeches, drumming up support for your particular candidate in their particular races for the following posts, positions, and platforms. Not a very good read, but we're moving on. Eric Barger,
Yeah.
let's hear your speech. You are a can of chicken and stars soup running for president of the pantry.
All right. Well, if you hated those puns, strap in, my friend, because
Ooh. Soup.
hello, everybody. I am
Oh,
a
nice.
can of Campbell's chicken and stars soup, otherwise known as Bernie Sanders. Now, the primaries are coming up, which means that I need your support on this Soup Tuesday. Now my opponents will claim that for a Campbell's soup, my views are too progresso. But I don't think they're too progresso. Let me ask you this. What is so progresso about universal shelf care? They have it in Canada Dry. They have it in Friesland. They're even making advancements in China Cabinet. So why is shelf care only accessible to the ultra melty? It's because the rich foods just want to get richer. And when I say rich, I mean full-bodied with robust flavor.
Yeah.
Now, I will work to destabilize the ultra rich, such as Jeff Old Bezos. But I need you to get out and vote on this Soup Tuesday. Now, there's another issue I need to talk about. We have too many bread products in the pantry already. And yet, every time the guy who stocks us is at the store, he thinks he needs more hot dog buns, then comes home to find a half-used pack of hot dog buns squished under some tortillas. Yet somehow, he squishes those hot dog buns under the other hot dog buns, doesn't use them, and then buys more hot dog buns. We need clear laws surrounding bun control. The NRA, the National Rye Roll Association, has tried to block these laws at every turn. And my opponent has accepted donations from the National Rye Roll Association. But we all know my campaign has been a grassroots campaign, which means that I don't accept donations from super PACs or from value packs or even from family sizes. I am funded by you, the single servings. So remember, I need you to get out and vote on this Tuesday. Thank you. And let's go out with my campaign song. My pantry 'tis of the sweet land of split pea of the icing. So Tuesday.
Thank you, Eric. We had someone join us in the theater in the middle of that, and I would try to explain what was going on, but I don't know that it would help. So
I was a can of soup.
yeah, no.
Being
Hi, this is Campaign Trail. They're doing campaign speeches for things. Eric just did a campaign speech for canned chicken and star soup running for president of the pantry, but I didn't need to tell you that. That was clear. Thank you, Eric. Marco. Oh man, just the whole show. I just noticed. I'm just teeing things up for you. So I hope
You don't know.
I hope you. Marco, you are a wishing well, running for a position on the Council of Wizards.
Fellow magical brethren, it is I, the Wounded Stone Wishing Well, son of Moss Stone, one of a long line of wishing wells, and before that, Wells, who hath blanketed this fair land for millennia. I know my request to join the Council of Wizards caused quite a stir in the forest of Arkenstria, but Zexana, the Death Giver, is worthy of such unorthodox dramatics. Her and her army of skull ogres is approaching the crystal gates of Castagna, and those hollowed walls have not been touched by evil in 600 years. But I'll be quick to my point. The council needs as many magical creatures as possible to prevent her black-veiled reign. I might not have the eyes to see the approaching hordes, or the legs to run and give you warning, nor the arms to wield the scepters and bows. But I bring a magic your ice and fire sorely needs. Luck. I can grant your wishes, and you will need every ounce of fortune you can muster to defeat the armies of the Underfortress. Also, I am loaded, just flush with coinage. Peasants drop willy-nilly, and you'll need like all the treasure in the kingdom to pay for this war. So please, I beg of you, grant me a space in this council of wizards. I have already got my hat, because they have those little tops sometimes. It's like a little roof.
Yeah.
It's like a little pointy roof.
Now I'll never see a wishing well without thinking that it's got a wizard hat on.
I was pretty happy about that.
That's adorable. You somehow made wishing wells more adorable. How'd you do that?
They have jaunty hats.
Oh. Yeah, with little cranks and rope. I don't know how that works into the hat equation. I just couldn't stop myself. Jaclyn, hi there.
Hey.
Hey, one would assume you've got a campaign speech.
Sure I do.
Who's it for, from, and what's it about in reference to? Well, let me explain. You are an old milk crate. Oh, wait, there's more. Running for another term as living room furniture in a young adult's second apartment.
Oh.
I know, right? See, there's layers.
Ladies, gentlemen, and secondhand furniture, I stand before you today, a milk crate that has been purposed and repurposed, ever remaining as flexible as I am durable. I want to thank those of you who have supported my candidacy from the beginning. It was your votes that elected me Scott's end table of 2020, and it's your votes that will help me stay in office in 2024. If you open a dictionary and look up the word humble beginnings fraught with many challenges, you'll see a photo of me as a baby. Would you believe that the self-made milk crate standing before you today once crated milk? Of course, I would be doing Scott a great disservice if I didn't acknowledge that he was the first person to ever see my true potential. Scott, if you're listening, thank you. Thank you for flipping me upside down next to your futon and fitting more empty beer cans on me than I ever thought possible. These past 4 years have been an honor, and I'm counting on your vote in this upcoming election. Fellow furniture, Scott is moving into his girlfriend's place. My opponent, a new in-box IKEA end table, is an immigrant. That's right, he's a damn Swede. The PC police will come after me for this, but the Swedish know how to do two things and two things only: make meatballs and break my heart. I will not elaborate. In 2020, you'll recall my slogan was, "Change is good." Of course, referring to the fact that I once assisted in transporting jugs of milk, but was repurposed into an end table for an 18-year-old. In light of my opponent, who you know is Dagstorp or whatever the shit, trying to remove me from office, I'm unveiling my new slogan for 2024. Embrace tradition, reject change. I was wrong before. Change is bad, actually. God bless.
Oh, sometimes politics gets dirty. And you don't feel good about yourself, but...
I feel great.
Well, so should Scott. So versatile. Thank you all. That was Campaign Trail. On to segment 4. It's angry poems. You have feelings. Beautiful feelings. Beautiful, angry feelings. And you like to write words that kind of sound like other words at the ends of every other sentence. You're practically 90% already doing this prompt without me even asking. In Write an Angry Poem, you're asked to poem angrily about the following subjects. Eric Barger.
Yeah.
Let's hear your angry poem about Creek. Creek.
Well, Jesse, wouldn't you believe it? I actually found a real angry poem about a creek, as written by Charlton Willerpence, who we all remember from my stab bit on April 29th, 2021. Now, he was a writer in the year 1882, and he was also famous for burning himself by grabbing fistfuls of electrical wire. Now, I searched through old libraries far and wide, and I found this poem from 1882 written by Charlton Willerpence. Here we go. 'Twas a glorious evening, a night such as this, when I went to the creek for a midsummer's piss. I rushed to the marshes to release in the bog, when just in my vision I spotted a frog. How quaint, I thought, a frog in a creek. But nothing shall stop me from taking this leak. So I pulled down my pants, held my Johnson with pride, when I noticed the frog's eyes open quite wide. That's funny, I thought. It holds its head steady. It's opened its mouth, its tongue at the ready. The truth hit me too late. As the tongue started to fly, I believe that this frog thinks my Johnson's a fly. Well, it makes perfect sense, for my Johnson is small. Why, it barely stands at half an inch tall. And the color matches too, for I recently learned that touching electric wire will cause you to burn. I put wire to my Johnson when I let down my guard, so the skin on my Johnson is blackened and charred. And oh, my testes, those poor shriveled things, they're thin and translucent. Why, they look like wings. Put the pieces together, and you cannot deny my tiny burnt genitals look just like a fly. So back to our tale. The frog let out its tongue to ensnare the area where my small Johnson hung. It made contact, and still thinking that it was a bug, the frog tightened its tongue and started to tug. The pain was too much. Release me, you heathen! My Johnson is not a fly to be eaten. I slapped at the tongue to make it go away, when a second frog tried to join the soiree. with a leap and a bound and a tongue so unwanton. A second frog attached its tongue to my Johnson. 2 frogs, I exclaimed. Oh, please disperse. I thought this evening could never get worse. But those weren't the only frogs who thought they had a catch. By the end of the night, 15 frogs were attached. I rushed to the house, screaming for medical. 15 frogs dangling from my genitals. Before the doctor spoke, I knew what was true. Their tongues were too sticky. There was nothing to do. And because I lived a life without caution, 15 dead frogs stay attached to my Johnson. And I'll let you look if ever you care to peek. But trust me, my friends, stay away from the creek.
Wow.
Yeah. Forgot about Creek that entire time.
That was very impressive.
It was. It took a sharp left turn from what everybody assumed was a frog that was really into water sports. No, just me?
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
so. I don't think.
Yeah, we all thought that frog was gonna love being peed on, but no, Eric doesn't. When when you're expecting a zig, Eric zags and has 15 frogs attached to a charred Johnson. Thank you,
You were
Eric.
expecting basic piss humor.
Yeah,
But it's burnt dick humor.
that's a whole nother level. Thank you, Eric. So we've heard Eric's angry poem about Creek, like barely.
Hey, it's a jumping off
It's a
point.
jumping off point, exactly. So let's hear Marco Cabodi's angry poem about sleek.
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 Sleek. Smooth contours. Bitchy curves. You slink and slip, I fray of nerves. I curse and plod, my frame is dull. For I am not sleek, I am torpid, full. I creak and shake, you dance and dip. I wheeze and wince, you chirp and skip. I always stumble, my knees creak. You always ascend, for you are sleek.
Yeah.
I think I wrote a real poem on
you kind of did.
accident.
That was.
I didn't really mean to.
Yeah. No, that was.
I did it, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh.
Stupid art.
Yeah. Can I somehow have somebody pee on somebody? Oh.
I know, Eric had a pee poem. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I should have wrote a pee poem.
We could have
How
all
many
had
times?
pee poems.
How many times have I said that? Not just in this show. Thank you, Marco. So, Jaclyn, we've had a poem about Creek. We've had an angry poem about Sleek, or a sexy poem about Sleek. I'm not sure. Not sure what happened there. My pants will never tell. So let's then hear your angry poem about Meek.
Meek? Oh, Jesse. Why give me meek? What is it that you seek? Do you take me for a geek? Hose from Mozambique, dispose of bros that's meek? But does meeker mean weaker? Test tubes and beakers? Some dirty socks and sneakers? An elderly antiquer with a stinky squishy squeaker? Brown nose for clothes that's chic, and just to pose it, so to speak, the Iron Sheik. Yeah.
I mean, I should know by now. The Iron Sheik is the punctuation on on everything you've got.
That's my get her done.
The Iron Sheik. And a hearty good night to you, jabronis. Well, that gets us to segment 5 already. See, you thought it was going slow, and then we just crept up on you. It's segment 5. It's podcasting. Podcasts continue to be a thing, no matter how much we try to drive the medium into the ground. But the thing about podcasts, the thing that we prove every week, is that literally anyone can do it. And in podcasts, your job is to prove the hell out of that by giving us the rundowns or recaps of the podcasts you might hear from these various persons, things, or what have yous on these specific niche subjects. Eric Barger,
What you need?
let's hear your podcast hosted by Lego people.
All right, really serving me up on this one. Here we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Mega Bloks Big World, the podcast where we discuss the issues surrounding being a Lego person in a world dominated by humans. I am your host, Darth Maul, and of course, as always, I am joined by my two co-hosts, Green Goblin and Soccer Player. How are you two doing? Can the Spider-Man come out to play? No, he was the guest on our last episode. How are you, Soccer Player? Still kicking. That never gets old. Now, today I want to talk about something that affects every Lego, and that's body shaming. Have you two ever dealt with this? Oh, you wouldn't believe. It feels like I can't walk down the street without being called at. Whoa, look at those short legs. Whoa, look at that flat chest. Now, obviously, these are compliments I want to hear from my partner, but I just don't want to hear it as I'm walking down the street. I know, it's 2023, but sometimes it feels like we've gone back to the 1980s. Back to formula? That's right, Green Goblin. Back to formula. Thanks for that input. Now, what humans need to understand is that our bodies just aren't equipped for everyday human activities. For sure. You know, just the other day, I went out with good friend of the pod, man in corn costume. And first of all, they didn't have a floor with little bumps, so we could barely walk around. You know what I've heard? Is that Massachusetts just put out a law that says all floors now need to have little bumps. Yes. And then they served us a piece of sourdough, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? This is what I use as a bed. Finish it! Finish it! I couldn't finish it, Green Goblin. It was too big. Well, my friends, Legos aren't the only toys out there to receive discrimination, which is why today we're joined by a very special guest. So please welcome to the pod, a cuddly shrimp imp. Hello, thank you for having me. Well, thank you for being here. Now, as I understand it, you actually had something you wanted to bring up with us. That's right. I went on a date the other day with Green Goblin, and he never called me back. Whoa, Green Goblin, anything to say? I offered you friendship, and you spat in my face. The only thing you offered me was sexual relations, and then your little claw hands burst my excrement sac. Whoa. See, now, cuddly shrimp imp, that's the kind of language we shouldn't be using, little claw hands. MJ and I are gonna have a hell of a time! Whoa, you're already seeing somebody else? Oh, I thought that we could maybe settle this here and get an apology, but I have to have my friend beat you up. Oh, little frog! Hey, I heard you got a problem with my friend. So, What? I'm Darth Maul. Why is this frog looking at me? Hey, you look like a tasty charred burnt Johnson. Oh God, I thought you were gonna say I look like a fly, but I guess actually this whole time you enjoyed the taste of charred burnt Johnsons and you eat flies thinking that they're charred burnt Johnsons. Oh God. Oh, he's got his tongue out. He's got his tongue on me. Oh God, somebody help. Freeze! This is a semi-automatic, fully loaded, close-range bun. And I'm not afraid to use it! Oh, I don't care! I want to eat a charred, burnt Johnson! Hey! Deez! Alright, pause! Thank you, kids, for watching the short film that I've been producing. I produced it as a proof of concept for the Cuddly Shrimp Imps TV series. Now I'll give you all $14 to march down to Nickelodeon and do the Shrimp Imp Countdown. Come on, kids, let's go!
Oh, and you said you didn't have enough time to make puppets.
I literally made that.
Thank you, Eric. Oh, you know, seeing how you tie everything together at the end of every show is always a joy.
Thank
Eric,
you.
how can people enjoy more Eric Barger in their lives?
Well, oh my gosh, I've got a freaking shit ton of things. But
Yeah.
okay, so my partner and I have produced one season of a series called Raptor on a Horse, which is very fun. You can find it on Instagram at Raptor on a Horse. It's excuse me. You can find just me on Instagram at It Electric, where I have lots of fun videos where I make fun of stupid ass Instagram trends.
Sure.
And last but not least, you can find me on Spotify under the artist name EJB1. I have a comedy album called Party Animal (parentheses songs by a guy you don't want at your party).
Yeah.
And
Oh,
also
shit.
if you like string art, hit me
yeah.
up on Instagram because I make commissioned string art, and it's very fun. Here's one
a
of
sample.
a Tangela in fishnet stockings. So there you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's all my plugs. I'm sure all of you will find me everywhere.
Oh, yeah. So many ways to enjoy Eric. Thank you, Eric. So much fun, as
Thank
usual. Marco, one, I'm sorry, but two, this was just a way for you to just get this out.
I was confused as to whether or not you knew.
Oh,
Like,
I understand your feelings. Which is why we've asked to hear your recap of a podcast that takes place from within the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
hi, I'm Ricky Sorensen, and you're listening to the Everyone I Know Died and Then They Just Came Back podcast, where we'll discuss how fucking weird the world got around 2008 or so, and has only became an insufferable and confusing mess ever since. I was playing catch with my son, and he turned to dust with my wife and 6 kids, and I had no idea what was happening. Then my hamster Buckaroo Bonsai turned to fucking dust also. Everyone in my family and extended family also turned to dust. Anyway, I guess a purple space version of the brother from the Goonies snapped his finger while wearing a magic glove, so everyone I loved was killed. Because he got all the glowstones. But it's okay, because everyone came back, and I got to have all of the pain. I get to have all that pain twice now, instead of just once at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Anyway, this is my podcast, and here are some of the topics we'll discuss in different episodes. Why is that $1 billion robot man like a guy sometimes that we like? What Norse mythology is real, but like a shitty half-assed version of it? What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't my hamster come back?
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure that Jurassic Park guy is a space person. Here's my proof in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
In the next episode, how come so many pretty people got awesome powers and my life is so shitty?
That's fair.
There's a guy who's an ant guy, but he gets real big. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
In this episode, there's a discussion about how I or my loved ones will get killed by a different space or quantum person because everyone's life is a nightmare from now, which we never escape.
Yay.
In episode 8, I went to the DMV today and I got blowed up because the DMV got blowed up and the Spider-Man shot me with his web, but it didn't come off, and now I can't get it off in the shower. Number 9 episode.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my hamster did come back. It just didn't come back in its cage. Now he's dead for real. In episode 10, the Hulk smashed my car, but State Farm said that's not covered. And finally, why did they wait till all this shit really sucked until they let the girls do anything? I talked about this with my wife in this episode, who got hit in the face from debris from that raccoon with the big gun. There's a hella smart raccoon. It's just bitching about shit. He's just like out there doing that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's in episode 13 of a podcast, which was called Everyone I Know Died, and then they just came back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you've got 13 episodes outlined. You might as well do it at this point. Oh, thank you.
I do just want to do it. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's a building and it blew up, and then lasers, and I don't know. I live in Iowa.
Yeah, it really doesn't affect them that much. Yeah. Outside of New York City. It's just
There's some little farming towns in the middle of nowhere. They're like, "Do you hear about the space people? Shot a laser?
Yeah, well,
There's
that'll
a
happen.
big green guy.
Well, if you go to the city, that'll happen.
I guess
that's
so.
Why
that's why I got to stay out
I
here.
never left.
Farm corn.
Yeah. And hamsters. All right. Marco, how can people get more Marco Cabodi in their lives?
I'm going to be doing the Squad Patrol show next month. We're doing a Halloween spooktacular.
Hell yeah.
Except it's not called that. It's called Monsters, Mayhem, and Murder.
Sure.
And it's got Kevin's going to be a skeleton. No, he's going to be a Frankenstein.
Ah, sure.
But everybody's going to be monsters, so they have to get makeup. It's going to be pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah. You make it so difficult.
I know. It's real hard. It's funny because then Kevin has to get dressed up as a Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. And then I laugh.
You have started just building shows around how you can discomfort Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
And then justify the rest of the show around it. Yeah.
Like, Kevin's the nicest man, and I'll just be like, "You piece of shit. I love you.
Yeah.
You piece of shit." And I'll just build shows around.
It's complicated
I wanna
relationships.
shit on Kevin.
Complicated relationships with Marco Cabodi. Thank you, Marco. So good. Jaclyn, before we get to your podcast, how can people get more Jaclyn Weiand where they work in bank?
They can't, and that's how I like it.
Yeah.
But I'm getting back out there with stand-up in theory, so I'll be around.
Sure. So when you need to know, Jaclyn will let you know.
Yeah.
Well, then how about we get right to you wrapping up this program before we get to the voting portion? And you know what? I mean, they were here for at least half of it. Does that count? Can we give people balance? I don't know. We'll see. Jaclyn, let's wrap up this program with your podcast, hosted by the neighborhood busybody.
Hello, and welcome to Sue's News. If you're joining us for the first time, hello, my name is Sue. I'm a proud mother of 8 cats and an aspiring journalist. I'm just about to head out for a walk around my neighborhood. Won't you join me? Close the door behind you. The cats will get out. This is my favorite house in the neighborhood. Isn't it just lovely? It was built in the 40s. They don't make them like that anymore. Jim lives there. His mom died last week, and I asked him if he wanted me to bring over a big old pot of spaghetti, and he said no thank you. And I just think that's weird, don't you? Hi, Jim! I wish he'd take those jack-o'-lanterns down. It's November 3rd. Oh, there's Barb. Hi, Barb! Did you hear about Jim's mom? I know, they were really close. Hey, Barb, if your mom died, wouldn't you love to have a big old pot of spaghetti? Exactly. I said the same thing. Okay, bye, Barb. Barb just got a divorce. She must have been the only person who didn't see it coming.
Oh.
You know, I just feel for those kids. That blue house across the street has lesbians. How do I say this? How do they have a baby? Because they have a baby. And I was like, I don't want to know. Ever hear of those little free libraries? Barb always leaves steamy romance novels in there. There are kids in this neighborhood. I don't think it's right. So I grab them all up soon as I seen her stop by. You should leave something if you're going to take something. So that's what I do with all my old phone books. Well, there's the last house on the block. They're Catholics. Well, that's our show. Join us next time where I interview Barb's ex-husband's former mistress, current fiance, Kendall. I'll ask her the tough questions like, where did you get that shirt? I like it. See you next time.
Thank you, Jaclyn. Normally, this is where the jaunty goodbye music comes up, but now it's the jaunty voting time music. So go ahead and do that. You got that. Oh, thank you. Oh, and the voting online, guys. Voting. Oh, you passed out? Bounced? Okay, good. All right. Well, Corey has been on it, so we got all these votes going. And yes, online audience, voting is open. You've got like a minute and a half. I don't know. I made it 2 minutes. So, yeah. Everybody, get your votes in. This is the first of the semifinal round. So, whoever wins, let me know if you're available in 3 weeks. Yeah, so welcome, folk. Welcome, I assume, here for the 9 o'clock show. Good to have you. We appreciate that very much. Oh, man, now I gotta do all this? All right. Why do I still use paper? I know. Okay, there's one of those. Oh, there's... why did everybody have to be good so there'd be votes for everybody? I gotta deal with that now? Math. Okay. Cool. So there's those. Let's see what the online audience has to say.
Have you had a tie yet?
We got very close.
What happens if you have a tie?
I do not know.
Everyone kisses.
Yeah. We turn out the lights, and then it's just smooches. And whoever I think kissed the best wins. I don't make the rules, except I do. And I made that one specifically. All right. I thought 2 minutes wasn't very long, but every time 2 minutes seems like an eternity for the online vote. So we're waiting for that. Gonna see.
2 minutes always seems like an eternity to you.
Yeah, I know.
Gotcha!
Oh, zing. Oh, me and my chard. Fly, beloved dong. All right. Semifinal. Yes, all the semifinals will probably be this good. Who do we have next week? I don't think I have enough time to pull up that spreadsheet. There's Molly Doan, Cameron Schmid, and Dana Bryant. That's right. Yeah.
Fire.
So that's next week.
Fire emoji, fire emoji, fire emoji.
That's a hot panel, folks.
It's too much.
That's a hot
Too
panel.
much. All three of them are crazy. Then Daniel Kesnich, Michelle Petro, and Jeff Brown in the final. October 6th, the final semifinal. Okay, that should be done. Sorry, you guys, this is so late. Well, that changes a lot of things. What the? Okay.
I think he's making this up. It doesn't seem real when he's like, oh, whoa, this just coming in.
Okay. That's, you guys are very... All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about?
Ooh, that happened.
Very
No.
handsome.
All right. So, online audience and in-person audience all tallied up. We've got a winner, and they'll be joining us next week. Are they the same votes as in person? No, probably not. You didn't vote twice, did you? Yeah, because you're in the chat too. No. All right. So our winner you.
So effectively means nothing. Cancel each other out.
That'd be fun. Just make everything that we're doing here even more meaningless. So moving on. Next week, our first final, or not next week, in 3 weeks, October 13th, I believe. Our first finalist, it's Eric Barger. Yay! And do I have enough time to get over to... I do. That was the Stab Show. Thank you all for joining us. And, of course, a special thank you to our amazing panel, Eric Barger, Marco Cabodi, and Jaclyn Weiand. Now, next week, as I mentioned, we've got our second semifinal contest featuring Cameron Schmid, Dana Bryant, and Molly Doan. I know it because I wrote it down. So, say, did you like the show you just watched and or heard? Well, why not hear over 300 more of them via the podcast provider of your choice? Maybe not all at once. Just take it slow. You can and you should subscribe, review, and share the Stab Show with someone you think needs it in their lives. Be that hero. And that's all the time we have for you tonight. So until next time, I've been your host, Jesse Jones, reminding you to do what makes you happy. You just might find it makes someone else happy too. Oh, right? Good night. All right, everybody. Stick around.
Congratulations, Eric.
Yeah, stick around.
you.
Stab Comedy Showcase will be happening as soon as I can turn this over. Thank you all for being patient. Hang out, and I will turn this on, and you guys can enjoy it. All right. Thanks for watching the show. Comedy Showcase will begin in as quickly as I can make it happen. Yeah, if you can, like, hang for a sec.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Eric.
Listen, girl, I'm not like all these other fellas.
Well,
It's close to me tonight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, oh, but terror takes a sound before you make it. Yeah, you start to freeze as horror looks you right between your eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Hey ladies, you hear the door slam, realize there's nowhere left to run. Oh, you feel the cold hand and wonder if you'll ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination, girl. But all the while, you hear a creature creeping up behind. Oh, you're out of time. Oh, this is Thriller creeping up behind. Oh, you're out of time. Oh, this is Thriller night, and there ain't no second chance against a thing with 40 eyes. This is Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Oh, night creatures call, and the dead start to dance in their masquerade. Oh, there's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. Open wide, it's the end of your life. Oh. This is Thriller night. Oh, I can thrill you more than any ghoul would ever try. This is Thriller night. So let me hold you tight and share a Thriller. This is Thriller. Oh, Thriller tonight. Girl, I can thrill you more than any ghoul would ever try. This is Thriller. Oh, Thriller tonight. Girl, let me hold you tight inside of Thriller killer. Thriller killer chiller. I fulfill you, girl. I'll be your thriller tonight. Let me be your thriller, baby.
that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing, life's a bitter shame. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools. Hey. I watched all the dropouts who make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. Hey, and the media sells it. Oh, and you play the role. Oh, mental wounds not healing. Life's a bitter shame. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. I know that things are going wrong for me. Well, you gotta listen to my heads of a cold war. That's what we've become. Inherited trouble. I'm mentally numb. Oh, crazy. I just cannot bear. Hey, I'm living with something. Oh, that just isn't fair. Oh, mental wounds not healing. Who and what's to blame? Going off the rails on a crazy train. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. On a crazy train. Crazy train. On a crazy train. The
And we can't stop.
And we won't stop.
There's quite an online audience, guys.
Red cups and sweaty
It's actually
balls
significant, so-
everywhere. Hands in the air like
Ready?
we don't care.
Yeah. Well, maybe work on promotion. Love you guys. Welcome to Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for the Stab Comedy Showcase. Please welcome to the stage your host, Joey G.
Hi! How's everybody doing? Yes! I am going to just choose to believe that there are 30,000 people watching this online right now. And yeah, so we're going to go with that. How you doing? Great. How did you hear about this tonight? Google. That's cool. Oh man, depression's a motherfucker, and I didn't really tell a whole lot of people about this show, but I'm glad Google brought you in. You're just looking for something to do? Yeah, just why didn't you bring 87 friends? I would have loved it if you did. So I'll run through some shit specifically for you and my good friend Daniel over there, who you'll be hearing from later. And this is not going to be weird at all, right? Because we're in this. We're together, me and you and Daniel, and maybe another one. My other good friend Marcien is a funny guy. He's going to be here later. He might be headlining, depending on whether or not we can coax Ethan to get up here and do this or not. Man, this is awesome. I am glad you came then, because I'm going to think about this right when I jump off that building tonight. Like, whoa. No, it's cool. Did you have a good day today? It was? That's cool. That's cool. I didn't have a good day today, man. I was in the grocery store, and from like 6 aisles down, I heard this lady scream out, "God damn it, white people are nosy." So I ran over there to see what the hell she was talking about, right? And by the time I got over there, she's gone. It was just me and 5 other out-of-breath white dudes. Like, where'd that lady go, man? It's not even true. Why would she say that about us? Fucking jerk. Oh, I don't know, man. Do you have kids? You don't? A fucking virgin, man. Look at your disposable income and shit. I Google comedy shows on Friday nights because I don't have to wake up in the morning. I'm going to wake up with my daughter stomping on my face. I'm going to think about how you're just waking up in a bed of pillows and kittens and shit, oh, your life is so much better than mine. Clearly, because I'm up here, and so right off the bat, you're doing better than I am. No, I have kids. No one says anything useful when you have kids. It's always the same dumb shit. It's not useful at all. They're always telling you shit like, "Well, they don't come with manuals," and that's true. They don't come with manuals. But what you do have access to are a whole bunch of Netflix documentaries about children who murdered their own parents. So I've been taking a lot of notes about that shit, and then I don't do whatever those parents did to raise little psychopaths in the first place. It's a simple formula, dude. You remember the Menendez brothers, right? Yeah, okay, so yeah. If you don't remember, everybody in the room fucking remembers. All right, so they killed their parents for an inheritance, right? That's scary. It's terrifying to me, man. So now every night when I put my kids to bed, I show them my checking account balance on my phone. Just like, make sure we're on the same page, dude. If you murder mommy and daddy in a fit of rage tonight, you're going to owe like $68. See how that works? It's what all those scary red numbers mean. So just put the knife down. I don't know. I got bullied a lot, man. I try to raise my kids with compassion and empathy, for other people. Because the last thing I want is for them to turn into bullies and start fucking with other kids, because that break my heart. Last thing I want is for that to happen. I'll never forget my bully's name. It was this kid named Jacob. Jacob was an 11-year-old bag of shit. I hated that kid so much. He'd always kick me and punch me. He'd rip my Ninja Turtle action figures apart. This little bastard jammed a stick in the front spokes of my bike, and I flew over my handlebars. It was the worst. But about a year after he started fucking with me, Jacob was out in the street playing, and he got hit by a car. Yeah, he died. And as I drove away with Jacob's lifeless body reflected in my rearview mirror, I couldn't help but consider the lessons I learned that day, Like don't take shit from 11-year-olds. You're 38, You drive a death machine. Just fucking go, man. There's pretty much nobody in this room but 30,000 people watching online. So I'm going to try something new, and I might fuck this up, but I don't think Daniel's ever heard this before. And you're like half the fucking people right now here. So, and she's been a fantastic audience member so far. Ethan, get back here. We got to go. It doesn't matter. I've done shows with 7 people and they just stare at me like I'm a fucking fish in a bowl. And like I would have traded them any day for just you to like just hang out with me and make me feel better about my fucking choices in life. Oh man, this is so weird. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can fucking even remember this, man. So I was in a job interview. And this lady said to me, she's like, well, tell me about your strengths. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I take advantage of opportunities when I see them. I have leadership skills, and I'm a self-starter. And she said, oh, that's great. Can you give me some examples? I said, fuck yeah, I can give you some examples. So I had some disagreements with some people, right, one time. And I'm hopping over fences and shit, and I'm running through backyards. And I see this hot tub that's like just on and ready to go. And I was like, holy shit, dude, you've never been in a hot tub. This is a new experience. You got to get in there, right? So I jump in this hot tub and I pull the cover over and everything like that, and I'm secure in there. And the cover really helped to just drown out the sound, like the sound of the sirens and the dogs barking and the screaming and everything, you know? So I'm in this hot tub and I feel the jets on my back and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, like everybody should get to experience this, you know? Because even fully clothed, out of breath, and just cut to hell from the barbed wire, I could really feel it loosening up my muscles and shit, you know? So I start thinking like everybody should get to do this. So as soon as I sell enough LSD to buy an army and take over the whole fucking planet, the first thing that I'm going to do as supreme leader is going to be to give everybody a hot tub. Like that's just common decency, right? Like I'm a person, you're a person, life's fucking rough, have a hot tub, you know? And I can see what you're thinking already. Like the wheels are turning. You're like, well, Supreme Leader Joey, that's not going to work for the hot tub salespeople. You've just taken the bread out of their mouths, the shoes off of their kids. They're going to start a rebel uprising against your regime of free hot tubs, and they're going to fucking murder you. And to that I say, don't worry, my hot tub salespeople, I've thought of you. I got a plan. Because guess what you're selling now? Guess what you're selling? You're selling saunas to go along with the hot tubs, right? And since I just gave you a built-in clientele of, oh, I don't know, an entire fucking planet, I feel like you should be thanking me right now. Like, why are we even talking about this? And they're like, oh my God, Joey, you're so right. Supreme Leader, I'm so happy that you invaded my country and overthrew the government and made hot tubs free and gave everybody LSD and made it legal. You're the best, Joey. And then it was about that time that I got hit in the head with a billy club, and I woke up in the hospital, and the cops took all of my acid, so I had to start over again from scratch. And I was just wandering around the neighborhood looking for lawnmower parts that I could steal, and I saw your help wanted sign, so I figured that you might have some lawnmower parts that I could steal. So do you? And she said no, because this is an Apple store and we don't have lawnmower parts. And I said, okay, that's cool, but you'll call me about the job, right? And she'll say, we'll definitely call you about the job, but I don't think she will because I don't have a phone. So okay, that worked for you. I'm gonna take that at face value, dude. I'm like, this is what I'm going to fucking Carnegie Hall with that shit, Daniel. That's working for me, buddy. I love it. Oh man, so you obviously smoke weed, right? You laugh a lot, like I do. I love smoking weed. It's good. One of my favorite places to smoke weed is in my backyard by my hummingbird feeder. You know, because they're going so fast, and like I'm going so slow. You know, and I just love juxtaposition, man. It's my favorite. You know. But smoking weed can fuck your life up, man. Like this one time I was in my backyard hanging out by my hummingbird feeder, and I got too close to the hummingbird feeder, and I was smoking a joint, and I got one of the hummingbirds stoned by mistake. Yeah, he's just a regular bird now. That fucked me up, man. Should have stuck with the hot tub story on that one. I don't know. Our other comic just walked in. Can I get a status update? Is Ethan still here? Did Ethan really bail? Ethan's here? Okay. I don't know. I might come back and do another 15 minutes as not only your host, but your impromptu headliner, because much like the audience, some comics didn't show up either. Oh, that's okay though. I'm having fun. I'm glad you seem to be having fun. I don't know if you're like actually having fun or if this is just pure nervousness. Like I can't leave. I'm trapped in this fucking room for what will probably be an eternity. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna cut it off there for now. I've probably been up here for a while. It feels like forever. But I'm gonna get your next comic up here. This kid is one, and he is a kid, so don't buy him any alcohol because he will ask you. And no, he won't. He's a good kid. He's one of the funniest kids I've ever met in Sacramento, including my own, and they're weirdos. But you're gonna love this kid. His name's Daniel Goldhaber. Make it very loud for him.
Wow. Wow. What a night for comedy. Let's get a round of applause for Joey. Woohoo. I guess first and foremost, I just like to say I'm sorry. I apologize. This is like a hostage situation, kind of. You are not obligated to stay here if you don't want to. Alright, well, we appreciate it. Alright, well, I'll do what Joey did. I'll run through a couple jokes, and then we'll get the show back on the road. I'm gonna talk about my childhood a little bit, which I'm still in. But when I was younger, I really wanted to be a rabbi. It wasn't on account of religious purposes. I just wanted to circumcise babies. All right. I'll tell a topical joke because I've been reading the newspaper a lot lately. I read this article. It was about a blind and deaf man. A blind and deaf man, the first ever blind and deaf man to complete a full 24K marathon. And when the CBS reporters asked him how he managed to pull it off, he said, "Where am I?" Because he couldn't see or hear. He was just lost. I was just trying as hard as I can to not look you in the eye. All right. We'll keep it in the spirit of the news. I like the newspaper. There was another article I read. There was a 104-year-old, the world's oldest Catholic man. He turned 104 last Saturday. And sources say he is expected to kill himself this upcoming Lent, as he has nothing else left to give up besides his life. He's gonna kill himself. Okay, all right. This is I like to think of myself as an intellectual. I think about a lot of very intricate matters. This is what's been my most recent ponderance. Do you guys think snakes are upset they don't have legs? Think they're mad they don't got them? Everything else has legs. Like if you look at like a centipede, it's got like 200 legs. It's the same shape. Why didn't the snake get any legs? Like I don't have much of a punchline there, but just imagine being a snake and like trying to get anything done. You have like two things you can do. You can wriggle left and you can wriggle right. It's their entire existence. Yeah, snakes. All right. Oh boy, that was a real smart joke, right, guys? Okay. All right. In the spirit of intellectual comedy, this is a fun fact I heard about. Cows. Cows can go upstairs, but not downstairs. The guy who said what comes up must come down was not talking about cows, because they can go down after they've. Okay. All right. Jesus. I have a lot of sympathy for suicide bombers. I feel bad for them. They live a hard life. Like I think they're just waiting for someone to tell them about the other types of bombs. You thought they were scary now. Wait until they get their hands on homicide bombs. Figure out they don't have to be killing themselves for the cause. They can commit murder without dying themselves. What a realization. Okay. Holy Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. I will talk about the news more. This is a good joke. The Nobel Peace Prize, that's a peace prize that goes on that people like when the Nobel Peace Prize happens. There's actually a campaign happening right now for the two main candidates to win the Nobel Peace Prize. The two candidates in running, one guy's name is Jacques Pierre, and the other guy's name is Daryl Fergard. And they were both human rights activists who did a lot of work within the prison systems to specifically try and decrease the amount of sexual violence that happens within these systems. Like, for example, Jacques Pierre, he implemented a system where, like a reporting system for the inmates. So if an inmate had been assaulted or seen an assault happen, he could report it to a higher up, and the offender would be dealt with after that, which has been implemented in San Quentin and has been working very well to decrease the amount of sexual violence incidents within the prisons. And another example, Daryl Fergard was the guy who invented liquid soap. All right. I'm gonna flip this page. We're gonna keep going. All right. We'll just keep it as topical. There's more jokes in the news. It's in Europe. This is a thing that's been happening in Europe. Is they legalized assisted suicide, right? And so now it's illegal for you to start a company that offers assisted suicide to the general population. But the only thing that they're missing is they don't have any investors for these businesses. And the reasons that the investors said that they wouldn't buy in is because they wouldn't get any repeat customers. Okay, all right. That's terrible. All right. I like Disney movies. Pixar movies and the whatnot. This might be a little bit of a hot take, but 101. I think that's too many Dalmatians. I think that's a few too many Dalmatians. I don't think you can responsibly care for 101 dogs. Oh boy. All right. You guys know Tucker Carlson? He's a guy. He's a person. I got, not that I watched Tucker Carlson, I just want to set that preface, but I heard a little clip of the fella, and it was a little soundbite where Tucker Carlson said that he is done tolerating school shootings. You heard that right, folks. School shootings will now cease on account of Tucker Carlson not tolerating them. No more school shootings because Tucker Carlson said so. What a day for this country. Okay, all right. How much time am I liable for here, Joey? All right. Well, you guys, the guy who invented urinal cakes, man, he did not know what cake tasted like. 'Cause it doesn't taste like pee, that's for sure. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Thank you. I had a schizophrenic uncle, and he got a job as a crossing guard, but then shortly after he tried to turn himself in to the police for human trafficking. But Christ. Alright, I'll leave you guys with this. Alec Baldwin? You guys know who Alec Baldwin is? You know Alec Baldwin, the one person? Alright. Alec Baldwin, I don't know, it might resonate with you. If not, this is a bit of a flop. Alec Baldwin, he was shooting a movie, and he was supposed to shoot somebody in the head in the movie. And the lady who was doing the props, I guess she had a bullet in the gun and he killed somebody on accident. And that was like a whole thing. So now that you're filled into the news, let me tell you a joke about Alec Baldwin. So this is a fun fact about Alec Baldwin you definitely knew about 10 seconds ago. Alec Baldwin, he is having to reshoot the movie that he shot the lady in, right? And the director only had one ask. He said, "Alec, can you please not kill another lady in cold blood?" Thank you very much, guys. This has been great. You've been truly wonderful. You're an angel. Thank you. And bring Joey back up.
Daniel Goldhammer, everybody! I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a fucking great time, dude. You're a fantastic audience member. I love seeing Daniel get that uncomfortable, and just it's so much fun for me, man. I don't know. It's fucking good time. It's good time, man. I know. I'll throw some other shit out there because we got some time to kill, man. Do you ever? I've been thinking of it, especially since this show started. I've been thinking about death a whole lot. And did you know, like, man, fucking, like everybody. When I always thought that when you died and you didn't have any identification on you, they'd just call you John Doe, right? Because that's what we're comfortable with, you know. And that's as a society we agreed upon that at some point. And then I found out in the 70s some teenager died and all he had on him were some Grateful Dead concert tickets. So for 40 years they called that kid the Grateful Doe. That's fucking scary to me, man, because I don't have a driver's license and I'm terrified to open a jar of pickles because if I have an aneurysm halfway through it, then everyone's going to call me Dildo. Boom. All right. Pickle joke. That's how we lead into our next comic. What's your name? I'm sorry, say that again. Maga? Is Magda? Do you have to roll something in there a little bit? Okay, well I'm I'm super glad you're here. Are you into like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and stuff like that? Okay, you're gonna have to do some other stuff tonight, Marcia. I also want to point out the absolute balls that it takes a stand-up comedian to look at the one person in the room and go, "Are you familiar with Alec Baldwin?" And she goes, "Nope," and then he does the fucking joke anyway. I have so much respect for you, dude. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this next guy. I always do. He's a super funny guy. Clap as loud as one person can for Marcianne Evans.
In a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, we're going to do comedy. Magda, huh? Nice. My name is Marcian. I don't want to just jump into jokes. You're here. This is your experience. We're going to make it fun for you. What brought you here? Why are you here? Fuck yeah. You nailed it. You made sure. God damn. Did you buy every ticket or what? I don't know. But hey, that's what's up, Magda. Have you gone to live comedy before? Okay. So are we funnier than those other people? Okay, I was like, she laughed. That was the funniest joke of all. Yeah, you guys are way funnier. No. My name is Marcian. I like to repeat my name for this joke. Mostly, I have to repeat it because people can't hear me. You know, I speak softly sometimes. People can't tell that my name ends in a soft N. Yeah, soft N is the same thing that the other black guys at work call me. Soft in, you go. It's kind of weird. Now we're gonna do jokes. Okay, is that cool? Like, have you ever seen Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Okay. Cultural references. How do I still make it work? Well, there's a character on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and what can I say? His blackness was called into question because he wears a bow tie. He grew up around in Beverly Hills. We'll say that, right? A lot of blonde kids in his class. Private school guy, but he's a young black man. So he goes to this school. It's a historically black university. He's at a black fraternity, so it's all black men, and they're all challenging him, saying, "Look at you. Look where you come from. There's no way that you're as black as me or this other guy or this guy." And a lot of times when I go to work, that's how I feel. I feel like that soft end that they're trying to make me be. But it's not like that. I scaled my blackness on a scale from Logic to Wesley Snipes. Do you know who those are? Fuck yeah. I don't know if you're from out here. I don't know. I mean, you seem like a well-to-do young person. So on a scale from Logic, who's a rapper that looks more like Daniel than he does look like me, I'm more on the Wesley Snipes end of the spectrum, okay? I'm Wesley Snipes from Tu Wong Fu. Tu Wong Fu, Wesley Snipes, John Leguizamo, and Patrick Swayze. Thank you. Patrick Swayze were in a movie. I've seen the movie since I was like 5 years old. I was like, this is normal. Sometimes you got to just wear the dress. Are you familiar with Tu Wong Fu? Oh, yeah? Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. All my other shit is going to... You got it. Okay. So I didn't explain anything. On a scale from Will Smith to Ice Cube. Ice Cube, 100%. Yeah. I'm not Ice Cube from NWA or from Boys in the Hood or from his many successful Friday movies. I'm Ice Cube from the movies Are We There Yet? He had a movie, Are You There Yet, where he was playing like a guy that was trying to like hook up with Nia Long, even though didn't that already happen in Friday? Is that the same universe? Did we cycle back? It's definitely Nia Long. Nia Long is a gorgeous young woman. She had 2 kids, so he became like a stepdaddy. I don't know. It was like a really long. He was kind of a simp for that, right? Like you seen that movie? He drove the kids to meet the mom, but he didn't like hit yet. You know, he was like they weren't hooking up yet. They were just like, "Oh yeah, I want to date you, but I need you to take my son and my daughter on this adventure that's going to take 90 minutes on film." Someone told me I look like their favorite rapper, which you'd be surprised how often that happens. I get confused for a lot of black people, which is fine because I love black people. You know, I love us. But I don't know when the last time Tracy Chapman was in the news. You know, if I get Walk a Flock of Flame, one more flock in time, I'm going to go hard in the paint. Okay. No, someone kept calling me their favorite rapper. I wish it was someone that fits my characteristics, like a tall black guy with dreadlocks. Easily 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz for sure, right? When I said this joke, the guy said, "You don't even look like a keychain." Yeah, it's fucked up. No, someone said I look like if they extracted all the lean from Future's body. If you're not sure who that is or what that means, that's basically saying like you look like you got all the cool points taken out of your body. Like you're allergic to swag. Okay. You see, it's an insult. He's laughing so hard at my pain. I'm not allergic to lean. Oops. I'm not allergic to I'm not allergic to cool or any of that. I'm cool. I can be cool. I'm cool. I am allergic to lean, though. Whenever I take a sip of lean, I have an allergic reaction. My reaction is I start acting like a real nigga. 1 sip of lean, I buy a pack of Backwoods from the liquor store. 2 sips, I buy a bottle of Douce from the same store. On the 3rd sip, I call my baby mama and say, "Let me see my son." No, I don't have any kids, though. I just have a ex with a really friendly cat named Mr. Whiskers, who I miss. I miss greatly, Mr. Whiskers. Yeah. No, I'm going to try to get through the rest of this time without saying nigga too much more. You know, it's just like sometimes it's a controversial word, you know, especially if you can't say the word controversial. I came up with a list that people can use instead of that. It's just us. Can I go over the list? Okay, I hope so, because I was probably going to do it anyway. That would have been really awkward, and now I pissed off the only audience member. He's like, "I'm out of here." Taking me and my ghostly friends with me. Did you buy all the tickets? No, we'll get into that later. It's okay. Okay. The list. The list. First word on the list. Flabbergasted. Second word is dang nabbit. Yeah. You can throw your hat down. You know, when you're mad, you just throw your hat down. Dang nabbit. Third word is buckaroo. I said this list is for everyone, but I did make a list for just white people. The first word on that list is manifest destiny. Because if I didn't make a list for you, you guys would come for mine. That was new. That's silly. My favorite's a phrase. If you're in a situation where in your head you want to be like, "Nigga, you got me fucked up," right? You can say it if that's in your brain. What you should say instead is, "Newsflash, buddy." Right? You guys seen that meme? It's the same energy. It's appropriate. No one's get offended. No one's asked, "Can I say it?" It's fine. It just reminds me of a time I was hanging out. I was drinking, as you do. Buy a beer, buy a drink. We'll get you a drink for being here. Shit. Oh, okay. Cheers. We go over here White Clawing it. I'm over here Black Stouting it. I don't know. Sorry. I was at a party at my friend Trevor's house. It was great. He was a great guy. Those are the best parties. As you can imagine, I'm black. Trevor is named Trevor, so we can figure out what his deal is. But no, I got really blacked out drunk one time, and I lost my wallet. Got drunker, forgot where it was. I don't know. A couple hours into the party, Trevor come up to me, found my wallet, and I was ecstatic. we kept drinking. The next thing I do is wake up in my bed, like, oh shit, I was really fucked up. I got a text from Trevor say, hey man, I'm glad we got you home. You were really fucked up. We got you there after the last shot. You good to go? I said, yeah, I'm drinking water. He said, that's fine. I just want to know when we should get together so I can know when I can use it. And I don't know what he's talking about. What are you talking about, using what? And it dawned on me, I had a moment of clarity as I'm trying to play through the night. I remember him finding my wallet. I remember being really happy, and I remember wanting to give him something as a point of appreciation. He didn't want the Jamba Juice gift card. He didn't want any money. So I gave him the only thing my drunk mind could think of. I gave Trevor, my friend Trevor, what's called a nigga pass. Are you familiar? No? Okay, so it's all right. I'll explain how the membership process works. So a nigga pass, as it is me giving my friend permission to slip. It's like a permission slip. You know? I'm supposed to be a chaperone. He didn't want the Jamba Juice gift card. He wanted the black card from my wallet. I said, Trevor, that was a joke. That was a prank. But you did find my wallet, and you do a great party. So you can say faux shizzle my nizzle for the rest of the weekend. That's as far as I go. So you've never seen Star Wars. So you just don't fuck with Star Wars. So are you more into Star Trek? Because we can go Star Trek or we can go Star Wars. I'm going to finish the joke with this. Which one? All right, I'm going to do both. Well, Star Trek is easy. It's a short joke. It just reminds me of, my favorite series kind of remind me of sex acts. Like Next Generation is like the young people or old people. I don't know. The old school reminds me of old people with old costumes, like retro. I'm making this up. Here we go. Deep Space Nine is when me and my girlfriend get together for anal. I just wonder where all the black people are in Star Wars, because in Star Trek they have black people. Star Wars, there's only 1.6% of the population. So like all the movies, all the people, only 2.6 of them, 1.6. There's not a lot. 1.6% of black people. There's 2.6% of clone troopers. Magda, do you know what a clone is? It's the same guy, isn't it? Do you see the irony there? Is it irony or is it racism? I don't know. George Lucas has a lot to answer for, and I just want to know where we are, George. We're the black people in Star Wars. Are we on the south side of the galaxy? Anyway, I want you to ponder that, Magda. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Ethan, thank you. Jesse, thank you. Can you hear me? Jesse, there? Well, I do not take it back. I'll leave it there for him to come back in here and say, oh, appreciation. Anyway, that's been my time. My name is Marcin Evans. Give it up for our host, Joey.
I love how you didn't touch this microphone stand the whole time, and then you're like, this short motherfucker's coming back up here. Let me just pull this up. He kept asking you if you bought all the tickets because he wanted to see if I'd be able to pay him for this tonight. I can't. No, I can't. I got you, buddy. It's, oh, man. That's great. Are you ready for your headliner? Excellent. He's standing over there. I convinced him to come back because I told him how friggin' awesome you were. Please make it loud for Ethan Albers.
Thank you. You got my name wrong. My name's actually Trevor, dude. That's my actual name. And I'm calling in the name tonight, dude. We're doing it for you, miss. I'm saying the N-word finally into the microphone. 14 years of stand-up. Never said it on stage. And I'm a white man. I have never said that on stage. And I have played all black barbecue joints. Never said it once. We're doing it tonight, guys. That way there's no witnesses. Everybody's just like, there's no wait, this thing's streamed. All right, let's close the cameras now. Oh, man. I'm not going to talk to you at all. We're going to do this. You like white people? Are you a fan of white people? Yeah, they're okay. They're all right. I'm not gonna ask you. You're indifferent. Yeah, we're indifferent to white people. We're getting blamed for everything. We are. As a white man, like I was told the other day by another white man that we're under attack. Like I don't feel under attack. Like I just feel like I gotta be appropriate now. And that's okay. That's all right. I gotta be appropriate. I talked to a man the other day who was bitching to me. He used to be a professional barbecuer. He was actually in the Barbecue Hall of Fame. He was like, yeah, I'm in the Barbecue Hall of Fame. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like, yeah, then I got kicked out. I'm like, why? And he's like, for my views on Israel. I'm like, wait, what? How can you get kicked out of a, like, first off, there's a Hall of Fame for barbecue. How do you get into that? That seems so subjective and also like just made up. They're like, hey, by the way, your brisket's the best there, Todd. Here you go. You get a trophy. And he's like, number one, fucking, my fucking heart's destroying, but whatever. I don't know. Second thing is, what's your views on Israel? Like, that's what I'm really surprised about. I don't know. You hang out a lot of white militias, miss? Or do you hang out a lot of white militias there, brother? Like, come on, like, yeah, on a weekend. Believe it or not, I get invited to some of them sometimes. Like, I live here and I spend some time in Oregon. I have a business up there, so I'm surrounded by a lot of guys that are like, hey, you want to come over, man, for a meeting? Like, we get together and really, it's like a brain trust, like we smash brains, really get together, try to fix America. And I'm like, no, like none of that sounds good. I think the reason white men are storming the Capitol and having problems with change is because all of them live in homeowners associations. Does that make sense? They all live in HOAs. It makes sense why you feel like big government's coming down and you don't want taxes because you get fined every time you don't take your trash can out on a Tuesday or cut your lawn. So he's just like, yeah, we're going to take down a government. Black people shouldn't have a right to vote. By the way, Gary, we got to keep it down. It's after 10 p.m. My neighbor, I can't use another strike. They're going to put it against my house, and that's a $1,000 fine every time they're talking. Like, we got to overthrow the government. Or just move, dude. That's what you could do. You can just move. Yeah, it's an interesting time. I was raised in Oregon. I was raised around guns. I don't know how you guys feel about guns, but I'm not a big fan of them. I was raised around a lot of guns. In 2017, I inherited 192 guns from my grandfather. Yeah, he was not planning anything. He liked guns. He owned houses and would it was like a very honest man. He's like, I got a house for rent. And somebody's like poor and they're like, I can't pay my rent, Jim. He's like, well, what kind of gun do you got? And he'd just take a gun for rent trade, very old, he's like, all right, pretty nice gun, pretty nice piece. So we're see, I grew up in Portland. You can look at me, I'm a fat hipster, dude. I'm that's what I'm doing. So, I'm the oldest. So it was my duty to go sell guns. And I didn't really, there's a lot of mass shootings and stuff. And I don't agree with those. They're terrible. But I didn't really, I knew we had a gun problem, but it wasn't until I went and sold guns that I was like, oh yeah, okay. Because I took in a handful of guns. I called the gun store before and I'm like, hey, I'm going to bring in a lot of guns. And they're like, yeah, dude, it's a fucking gun store. People coming with guns. So I literally and then I come in and I was like, hey, I'm coming with guns. So the guy I don't want to get shot because I've never walked into a place of business with guns. So I'm just carrying it, just a bundle, just a flower bouquet of fucking guns. I come in and lay them all out, and he starts counting them out. And he's like, all right, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's worth some money. It's $18.94 or something, Winchester, whatever. He's just saying stuff. He's like, I'll give you $6,500. And I'm like, fucking sweet. And then he starts counting out money, and I'm pulling out my ID, and I was like, here's my ID. And he goes, what's that for? And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, we don't need that. I'm like, whoa, we have a gun problem, right then and there. When he was like, I don't even know where these fucking things came, dude. Just here's money, you get the fuck out of here. That's what we're doing. I'm like, oh, God damn it, man. Oh, I'll do more stuff that doesn't work. Oh, it is interesting getting being a white man in these changing times. I try to keep an open mind. I keep an open mind. Live your life. It doesn't really matter. What you do. I love you regardless. If you wanna, if you want to transition, whatever, do you. I don't get how people can be upset about that. It doesn't make any sense. It hurts my brain. Unless they see they don't understand it. That's what I'm convinced of. This is a really long bit that's not funny, but we're gonna just do it because I believe in me. Like, if there's anything AI can fix, I think it's this disconnection we have. If that's what I'm trying to get to. There we are. If there's anything to fix, because like I don't get how a man can be angry, like at somebody. It's like I don't, like their niece, and he goes, oh, how you doing, little lady? And she's like, wet 13. She's like, well, I don't identify as a female, like as non-binary. Like I don't get how you go like, oh, okay, I just want to show you the respect that you want to show me. Instead, you get upset about that. Like I don't get unless they don't like they see something completely different. Like it's like imagine a guy in Texas. And he's just like, what's going on, little niece? He's known his niece since she's 14, or since she's like a baby, and he's 14 now, like the little young lady. And he's like, no longer identify as a female. I'm a they, them. And then if it says that, it only makes sense that then as soon as they say that, he looks right at her, and all he sees is like a ninja, like he sees a threat. And he's like, oh, my God. He's like, look at this. It's like oh, my God. Like the reaction is like she's like fucking sharpening a knife. She's like, I'm going to kill all your family. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's just a riff. Okay. We'll move off that. Are you from Sacramento there, miss? I told you I wasn't going to talk to you, but are you from Sac? Stockton. From Columbia. Okay, cool. Awesome. Your family in a cocaine trade or what? You laugh because they are. They clearly are. The cocaine trade. That's cool. How long you been in Sacramento? 5 years. Okay. Sacramento's, what do you think of it? School. You're going here for school? Okay. School? That's cool. I love this. The accent's like, I'm saying school. She's like, it's cool. And I'm like, school? It's cool. Let's do that for another 15 minutes. It's cool? Yeah, it's cool. Okay. School? Okay, no. What made you move here? School? Okay. So fucking stupid. No, seriously. School, a package. Okay. All right. Cool. What are you going to school for? What are you going for? Or what? Oh, okay. So, student exchange program. Okay. Job exchange. Okay. What do you do for? Okay. Wow. Really went 180 on that one, huh? You're just like, yep. This is I like kids, but fuck them. I need to make money. Yeah. Because there's one thing, one thing America will teach you. You could go and carve up money. You could pollute the environment. We'll give you cash. The minute you're like, I want to work with children, like, get the fuck out of here. You go be poor somewhere else. Spit in your face. You're like, oh, that's cool. Business exchange. You could have moved out here because there's a lot of cocaine out here. Just moved out here, just like, it's a business program. I moved out here to help people grow cocaine. That's why I established a cocaine program. The border's gotten really strict. They started putting containers up. Yeah. It's great. I like California. California's cool. That's kind of weird. Out of all the cool places in California, wound up here, huh? You're just like, when they're telling you, hey, you're going to move to California, where you're like, oh my God, LA. I could be an actor. I'm beautiful. I'm going to go be an actor. I'm just going to like be a barista. Somebody's going to come in and go, oh my God, you're gorgeous. You want to be in my sitcom and you're going to be rich? That's what you thought. And they're like, it's Sacramento. And you're like, where the fuck is that? Like, it's the state capital, by the way. That's what this is. Oh, cool. Okay. Like, oh, that's great. What's fun to do there? Oh, there's this one town with part of town has trees. Yeah, you can walk around like in trees. Ooh. Do you like fairies? We have a place for those too. Not a gay reference. The fairy town, or wherever that place is. What if I just like came out as homophobe right then and here? I'm just like, all right, guys, mask off. There's not enough people here. Let's. She doesn't speak English. I'm gonna go ahead and really open up this men's rights group plus Colombian. Like, yeah. That's fun. In Colombia, is there bullying? Do you guys just all love each other? Did you have a bully growing up? You love each other? Like kids don't beat up on other kids? Oh, by bullying each other. Yeah, that's how you do it. It makes you a stronger person, right? You ever meet somebody that wasn't bullied? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry you weren't bullied. Oh my, life is going to be so much harder for you when you get a job. when you get a job. I feel bad for all these like young kids now that are like, you know, come together like it's a Glee fucking thing. That's a TV show where a bunch of white kids sing. And then surprisingly only like 2 black guys dancing in that show. I've only watched it once. And it was 2 black guys dancing and a bunch of white kids singing and twirling. But and then a cripple in a chair for some reason just rolled back and forth. I don't know what that was all about, but I didn't like it. So I had a bully. I have a lot of bullies. I had a bully growing up. His name was Bobby. He bullied me. He taught me that there's one thing my dad taught me when it came to bullies was that it's the size of the dog in the fight, if that makes sense. You know that saying back home? It's not about the person in there. It's how crazy you are, the dog in the fight. So I little kid, this kid just got done bullying me, and I had my friends were all like hanging out in my front yard, and I grew up next to a little gas station in Portland, Oregon. And they're going in. He went in, he came out, and he's like hanging out with his cool friends. He's older than me, like by 4 or 5 years. And he's just like talking shit and running his mouth to people and begging for money. And my dad walks into the store, and he comes out, and my bully Bobby like runs his mouth to my dad. And my dad turns around and goes like, "What the fuck did you say to me?" And then the kid, thinking because he's like a 14 or 15-year-old kid, you could just say whatever you want, you know, like a civilized society to another adult with no repercussions, right? So he mouths off to my dad, and my dad goes, whack, and goes, "Don't you fucking ever talk to me like that." And we're all like, me and like all the friends are bullying. I'm like, holy fuck. We're like, oh my God. He starts crying. My bully starts crying because of my dad. And then like we're all there, and then he walks up and goes in the house. And that's when I realized it's like, oh dude, Bobby's dad's bigger than my dad by like a lot. Dude, Bobby's dad's a fucking lunatic. He's going to come down and beat my dad up. So I'm like knocking on my homies. I was like, dude, my dad's going to get beat up, dude. He's going to get his ass kicked. This is going to be fucking awesome. And so we like gather in the yard, and fucking Bobby runs home. He's like maybe 6 blocks, not even that, 3 blocks away. And then fucking Bob comes down his big old truck, fucking pulls up, real aggressive, gets out. He comes up and just pounds on the door, and we're like, my dad's going to get fucked up, dude. And stuff. And he fucking opens the door. My dad had an eating disorder, so he's like maybe 6 feet tall, about 100 pounds. So he's a very, very small man, okay, not a very big man. And literally Bob Senior's like, fucking don't you hit my kid. He's like that. And my dad's just patiently there drinking a soda like that. And Bob's just like, red face, just like having a heart attack. And my dad goes, whack to that dude. And he goes, ugh. And he just like turns around and goes and gets in his truck and drives off. I was like, holy fuck, dude, my dad's invincible. My dad could fight anybody. But here's the catcher on that one. You know what afterwards? My bully stopped being my bully. All of a sudden, we have something in common. And his dad's being nice to me. Like, I'm running into him. He's like, hey, you want some candy? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, giving me candy, being nice. Because that's when I realized that we all had one thing in common. We were all beat by my dad. We were all just beat the shit up. We were like, yeah, we all formed together, all smoking cigarettes. Like, yeah, that writes a motherfucker, right? You don't expect it. It really hurts. It really gets down at your manhood, right? Yeah, you should try a shoe. His 12's really hard. It's really hard. Oh, I don't want to try that one, Ethan. No. Yeah. Do you do drugs? You don't do drugs. You look like you're better. You're better than me, huh? You don't do drugs. No, do drugs. Good on you. I know you guys all do drugs. He's on DMT right now, okay? Officers, take him away. Take him away right now. He's on DMT. He smoked enough to go see the troll. Do you know about that? You know about that? Have you seen that? Smoked enough DMT. Apparently you could do enough DMT that on the other side. So they did medical trials in Colorado. Like 5,000 people did high doses of DMT, okay? And hallucinated. And of them, like the 2,000 something people in a study say they talked to a troll or an elf in another dimension. I want to be that high. I go talking. They're like, oh, he's a little trickster and he pulls tricks on you. And all of them are like, this is more real than the reality we live in. I'm like, that's a sales pitch. Like, I don't know why. Like, you're not going to keep kids off drugs. Like, how can you keep a kid off? Like, this young kid, if you're like, hey, stay off drugs, by the way, your sex is going to be miserable and you're never going to have any fun unless you're high or gorgeous like you. Like, you're never, ever going to have any fun. Or you could smoke DMT, meet a troll that's more real than reality. I want to do drugs. I don't know about you. That's what I want to do. I want to do drugs. Yeah, I gave up cocaine. I'm sorry. I'm sure I put your uncle out of business or something. I gave up cocaine a couple of years ago. 4 years ago, I gave it up. Cocaine, I don't recommend it. I don't get started. It's a sociopath drug. It really is. Like down there, you guys probably used it for medicinal stuff and ate the cocoa leaves, and then you guys refined it and brought it up here. And you know what white guys do it here. You know, we all do it in San Francisco so we could stay up late and just make plans. That's all you do on cocaine. You snort fucking blow, and then you're like, yeah, dude, we should open a Starbucks. Let's fucking do that. But my final time, the last time I did drugs, I was doing cocaine with somebody that was younger than me, and I was like fucking carving up coke, just fucking out of my mind on drugs. And then I was like, 9/11 was a motherfucker. Like I said that, you know, you just say crazy shit, and then the kid, like pretty much his age, he's just like, I wasn't born yet. And I'm like, but I didn't take it like that, you know, because you're on drugs. So then I was like, yeah, man, we kind of all weren't born yet, right? Wasn't until that first plane hit that tower. Then we all kind of were born. That's what happened. We all came together as a nation after that. Yeah, drugs, they're fun. I like, you ever done hallucinogenics? No, you've never done anything. Take my hand. Let's go tonight. Let's go do hallucinogenics. No, that's, I love hallucinogenics. It's a fun time. It's not a party drug. I like drugs that aren't party drugs. Does that make sense? Like meth, cocaine, party drugs. Like you do those at parties. Believe it or not, you do meth at parties. Like you're looking at me going, this fucking white boy's insane. He's doing meth. He's hanging out at parties. Hey, you know, a party is technically a party if you have cocaine and you're by yourself. Okay, that's a party. I'm sorry. You got a 24 pack and an 8-ball. That's a party. But I like hallucinogenic drugs. I like getting high. My girlfriend's a big weed smoker. You don't smoke weed. No. You don't do any drugs. Why am I asking you? Why am I asking the one human being in the audience? That's also great, by the way. You're totally worth me coming up here for. What do we want to talk about? Tell you what, we'll do some fun. We'll have some fun. You're a great person. I'm gonna give you the full treatment. I'm gonna give you the fucking. You're getting a buffet. I'm fucking pulling out surf and turf there, baby. You're getting it all. Okay. Then in Colombia, did you have choose your own adventure books? Where you remember it's like, oh, if you want to go down the cave, you flip to number 63 or whatever. So we'll do that for you, okay? So I'm gonna let you choose. I will do a long bit. I'll close on 1 or 2 bits. I'll let you choose. I have a bit about a horse and I have a bit about an alligator. I'll let you choose how I close my night, okay? So you choose. What would you like to hear? Horse. Good bit. That's a better 2 bits. All right. Because you're a girl. Girls like horses. Dudes are always like, alligator, it's going to get somebody bit. Yeah, that's what's happening. Blood. There's blood. Oh, yeah, and this one's hard full of a reference you won't get, I guarantee it, because you're Colombian. This joke's going to go over fucking tickety-boo, dude. That's Canadian for great. Okay. That's an actual saying. That's Canadian for great. So real fucking choice, dude. I like unique people. Like I like a honest to God weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look like you have your stuff together, so I don't think you and I'd be friends. I just asked you 5 times if we did drugs, and you said no. So I'm pretty safe to say we're not going to be friends. But for me, if you like, let's put it this way: if you are 50 years old and you start every January 1st with, yep, this is my year. This is the year I get my shit together. Like, we're going to get along. We're going to be friends. Like, if you got your ears, like, overly gauged, you know what that is? Like the giant circles, and then you pull them out, and they're just, like, just hanging there dangling, like, 10 years later because you're a waiter. Like, we're going to be best friends. Like, that's generally, I get along with a lot of service people. Let's go and put it. Like, GED and out. Those are the kind of people I'm at. Like, who needs school, baby? We're going to all be entrepreneurs, dude. I remember, we're all going to be. I remember working at a Hilton, dude, when I read fucking Zuckerberg was the youngest billionaire. I'm like, I'm right behind you, brother. Right behind you. I'm parking fucking cars. I'm like, I'm right behind you, dude. Okay, let's do it. So, a collector of people. The most interesting person I ever met is this guy named, we'll call him John for this one. We'll change his name. I change it every time. His name's John. I worked with him actually at that Hilton. I was parking cars. I was freshly 21. He was like 50 years old. Okay. And he's just like, yeah, let's go out and drink. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, this guy's cool. I'm like, first I was like, you trying to fuck me? And he's like, no, dude. I'm like, all right, cool. All right, dude. Not trying to fuck me. Because that's like, you know, in an age difference like that, even if it's a weirdo at 21, you're like, okay, is this a sex thing? And he's like, nah, dude, I just want somebody fun to party with. I'm like, all right, dude, all right. So John moved from New York City to Portland, Oregon, where I'm from, to raise horses. And I looked up to this guy. Looked up to this guy because he moved from New York City where he was in bands and helped form bands. Do you know the band Goo Goo Dolls? No. Okay, you don't. That's an American reference. Nobody knows them. No one knows them on the internet. So, but he helped form this band that has like a one-hit wonder or two in New York. So I looked up to that, and I was in bands, and I was like, dude, I'm going to make it. And this guy's fucking, he knows people in music industry or whatever. He did. So I looked up him, and he raised horses for drill. Like, you know what drill is? Yeah, where they like dance and sequence. Of course you know about horses. And so he kept inviting me up to his place to go ride horses. And then one day I took him up on that, and I went up, and he lived about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Portland on this little farm. And here's the thing. I'm from a city. Like, never been near a fucking horse. So I'm like, I pull up there, and I'm like, fucking, I'm 21, you're invincible, right? You're unbreakable at 21 years old. You're unbreakable. Your fucking dick works. You got a full head of hair. Fucking everything's going your way. You have no idea how to talk to women, but you know everything's going all right. So I show up there, and I start having panic attacks because I'm like, fuck. As soon as I see one, I'm like, that's a big fucking animal. Like, they're huge. Horses are big. Don't take my word for it. Go see a horse. You're going to go, that's a big fucking animal. Go, hey, if there's one thing you take away, go, that comedian did not lie about, true statement, horses are large animals. So he goes, don't worry about it, man. They're good. So we climb up. And we start walking through the pasture, and he's like, you got it? And I'm like, on there. I'm like, man, I feel like fucking Billy Crystal. I'm just do references you don't get. Billy Crystal, City Slickers. I'm just like, pew, pew. I'm a cowboy. Like, I'm like a fucking cowboy, you know? I feel like, you know, I have this. He's like, you got this? You can ride a horse? I'm like, fuck yeah, I can ride a horse. And he's like, all right, man. He's like, you're on Jim Beam. I'm on Harley Davidson. That's the name of the horses. I'm like, okay. And he goes, cool. Let's ride to the bar now. I'm like, what? And he's like, we're going to ride to this little bar. So we actually ride side by side down this little like country road to like this like to do like that to this little bar. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. And we get like we dismount, I think that was the term. And then he's like, oh, we got to lock the horses up. And I remember that being weird. I'm like, horse thieving still a fucking thing? Like, we got to lock them like they're a fucking bike, like a Huffy. Like some tweaker's going to come cut the lock and go, like right off with a fucking horse. I love that idea. Just like no teeth. Just doing that. So we go in, and this is another reference you're not going to get. He before he goes in, he goes, hey, don't make a big deal, but the bartender is kind of a celebrity here. I go, oh, really? Who is it? He goes, it's Nancy. It's Tanya Harding. In case you don't know, in the 90s, mid-90s, there was this figure skater called Nancy Kerrigan in 1994. Her competition, also an American named Tanya Harding, hired her boyfriend and her bodyguard to break her leg so she couldn't compete. Like, it was world news. She got banned from the Olympics. So guess what happens when you're a figure skater and you get banned from figure skating competitively? You wind up a bartender. That's what you wind up doing, okay? And she's a bartender, a small thing. So I walk in, I'm like, holy fuck, that's Nancy Kerrigan. She's just like mixing drinks and just like, just fucking mean and shit. And it's like this little town, like a little honky tonk bar. And she has a thing for Richard. My buddy, his name's Richard. Fuck, I ruined his name. John. We'll call him John for John's made up name, Richard, okay? She has a thing for him. And I'm like, fuck, that's weird. And she keeps going, hey, John, play the guitar. John, Richard, play the guitar. Please play the guitar. And I'm like, what fucking guitar? She's like, just play me a song, Richard. And she's just fucking mixing drinks, and we're drinking, and I'm really fucked up. And it finally breaks down. He goes, fine, baby, I'll play you guitar. And this is when the whole night got all weird, because she reaches down, I swear to God, to this day, and pulls up. You know, if you've been to a bar, you know where they have ice and stuff right there. I swear to God, she pulls out, like where long neck beers are, she pulls out an electric bass guitar. Just like a neck, everything. I swear to God. And hands it to him. And she's just like thumping away. Just like that. And she's like, oh my God, I love you, music. Yada, yada, yada. I want to make big kids with you. I think we should be together, Richard. I'm like, fuck, this is weird, man. This is all weird. So then we all go in the bathroom together and snort Oxycontin, okay? You know what Oxycontin is? It's a painkiller. This is a reference heavy. You chose the bit, okay? So it's heroin. I'm snorting heroin, okay? And then I leave, and that's when I realize, after drinking all night and snorting heroin, that I have to get on another living animal to get back to where I'm sleeping that night. This is the second time I've ridden a horse. So I get on this horse, and I'm freaking out. I'm like sweating from Oxycontin, the celebrity thing. I'm freaking out. I'm like, Richard, man, I'm not doing good. He's like, don't worry, dude. The horse knows its way home. So I'm like, he's home, okay? And he's like, be respectful, use its name. So I go, home, Jim Beam, home. And the horse, hope Jim Beam, starts taking me home. But Jim Beam doesn't take me home the way we rode to the bar. Jim Beam takes me home the way he wants to go home, which is through the forest at night. So he's just like soft running through like the forest. Second I'm a horse, trees are coming by me. I start crying. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like that, I'm gonna die. And I see this light for like the barn, and we stop there, and I'm like wiping tears. I get off. I'm like, good. It's a good Jim Beam, man. It's a good Jim Beam. I'm looking around. It's pitch black, and there's no John Richard, no Harley Davidson. A minute or a couple of minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, Harley Davidson comes out of the forest. And so I go, Harley, where's John Richard? And the horse goes, nay, because I'm fucked up in the woods talking to a horse, asking it questions. And a couple minutes later, guess who comes out of the wood covered in mud? Buddy Richard, smoking a cigarette, just kind of angry. And I was like, what happened, Richard? He's like, well, I got a little confident and thought I could ride Harley like a surfboard, and a branch took me off. Oops, oh well, want to go drinking? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, let's go drinking. So that's why I collect weirdos. Thank you so much for coming out to stand-up comedy. Are you coming back up, or am I just shutting this thing down? All to shut it down. Give it up for Jesse at Stab. Give it up for all the comedians tonight. Thank you to everybody listening at home who's heard that bit a bunch of times. You are wonderful. What was your name? Magna? Magna. I'm going to get it wrong. All right.
Thank you so much. You know what? You warmed our cold, dead hearts. Thanks for coming out, everybody. That is... Ooh, that's bright. That's it for us for the night. Check us out tomorrow. LLGBT Plus presents hashtag STFU. It's a great show. Hope to see you. Have a good night.